Sorry, guys. I forgot to go live 5 minutes early. I was sitting there talking to Matt, and I totally forgot about it. I usually go live 5 minutes early, and I do my thing. Welcome, everybody. Today is Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Weekend. Hello, hello. Let's see who we got in chat here. Joe Glasgow. Hello, Joe.
Hey, everyone.
3D Print Newbie Milan. Milan. Hello, Milan. How are you doing today? Derek, Delos Logos 3D Printing. Let's see. Guy the Jedi. Hello, hello. How are you doing? Hey, Joe, what's going on? Yeah, it's 11:59. Uh-oh, I forgot to do this 5 minutes early. Oh, well. Yeah. Anyway, here we are. What's going on? Hope everybody's having a great weekend. And here we are. Kenny is at a picnic in California today. Matt's not feeling good. He's very tired. He probably won't be here that long. So, anyway, if anybody like to drop in, Green's Void. Hello, hello.
Yeah, please join.
Hello. If you'd like to come in on camera, if I know who you are, you're welcome to do so. You're welcome to self-promote hobby-related projects. And we'll be doing a giveaway after a bit for Ziltech Filament and Polymaker. So I'll put up the banner for the Ziltech, and we'll be giving that away in probably about an hour. And then after that, then we'll give away a roll of Polymaker. And as you see, the Ziltech is USA only. And I contacted Ziltech the other day, and they sent me out a couple nice mouse pads. Here's one of two really big mouse pads. And then they sent me out a roll of their filament they want me to try out. It's their black PET G that is made in America. So they do have some filament they're now making here in the USA in Houston, Texas. Normally they have a plant in China that they own. Everything is made in China, shipped to the US, but they are now starting to make some of it here in the US. Black PET G. From Ziltech, made in the USA. Very nice to see.
And
then
I think we should have standard size spools, maybe like in Europe and America and everywhere around the world with a filament, that they're always the same size, doesn't matter. That any company can take another company's filament roll, empty ones, and fill it up with their stuff, put their sticker on it, and then sell it again to people, and then when people use it, you send it back to the refilling center. You get your pound back or whatever. You bring it to the store where you bought it from, and they send it then back with, I don't know how that would do it, but I think it's just an idea,
And then I got a couple rolls of TH3D filament in the mail. I'm going to be doing an upcoming video on that. One is their spaghetti filament. Oh, wow. Starry. It says Starry Sky Color. Check that out. Very cool. Red Light, what's going on, buddy? Hobby Main shared 10 bits on Twitch. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. But that's a sparkly green, really pretty, kind of like an alien type color. And let's see what we got for the other one here. I've been sitting on this for a week or two. I need to work on some videos, but I'm kind of behind on things. Another one has their label on it. And it is, let me put on my glasses so I can read it. Hello, Sergio. HVAC A to Z. Statue Q PLA. I don't quite understand that labeling. Kind of looks like a copper color, goldish copper. Very nice. And then my mother-in-law sent me a cool tie-dye t-shirt. Love the blue. Got it.
Oh, I think Jerry's gone. I'm sorry, guys. Oh no, that's not a good news. Yep, lost Jerry, and I'm the only one, and I'm very tired, and I'm like, I'm about to fall asleep here. Just slightly, just resting my eyes. Maybe I should. 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes. Anyway, hopefully we'll be back. And I can't take control either of the show and just, close it down or anything like that. Stream hug. Yeah. My coffee filter just. Oh man. Wow. Nah, I've not been up too much. I mean, resting mainly. So, bad back. And, you have to ask Sam Prentice. He might get you one. So, I got it from Sam. I got the key ring from Sam too, so. But I don't share it. You have to ask him if you want it. I hope I will have soon my printer going again. Because I kind of feel bored, like doing nothing, I feel like I'm doing nothing, but I'm doing stuff, but mostly getting well, I look at everybody's stream, but don't say anything. No. Bad back from Sam. No, that sounds terrible. Sam take home. That's so sweet. And I think he just went yesterday over to Rap Festival now, Rocky Mountain, and we should see actually a few. Let me see. Rob is. I don't see anything posting yet. Probably will be a while before somebody will post something. I think he have to reset his internet anyway, so yeah, it would have been a show for like 10 minutes and it would have been out if I would not be here. So, I had a feeling I had to be here, so. Yeah. Well, I hope I have hopefully a good opportunity to do some good stuff again, some more good stuff. Like giving people. Oh, my T300 what arrived, the printer what I won on Sam's show. I give it to a friend of mine. He said, yeah, it's brilliant, etc. And he's gonna post, I think, posted something on my timeline on Facebook. I have to check. I didn't have time yet. 8 p.m. UK time. Yeah, I feel like it's 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock already for me.
Internet went down again. I'm back. Can you hear me?
No, I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Please leave a
man.
message after the tone.
I've had internet problems for weeks, guys. Cox Cable has been out here 4 times across the street to my house trying to fix the problems. It has been completely ridiculous. And then I'm on Gigablast, supposed to get a gig down and like 35 up. But after all the problems, my uploads were like 5, 10, 15. They're supposed to be 35. Kept complaining, emailing. Then they sent me an email. Hey, we gifted you 100 upload. So now I got 100 up and a gig down. But right before the stream, like 10 minutes, I dropped. And then man, it sucks. But I'm in StreamYard. So if there's people on camera, they'll stay there until I come back and end the stream or do whatever. So it sucks. Sorry. Yeah. Anyway, we got to go back to where I was at. I tried to show a comment, and then my Mac goes, "Hey, he's gone," and I could still hear you talking for a second.
Yeah, I will keep talking. I was talking about boring stuff, probably.
Yeah, I don't remember where I was at in chat. Let me
No,
check
no,
my.
no, Listos. Hooray for Matt! Yeah, hip hip, hooray!
Yeah, I got to fix the giveaway tool. It screwed it up too. Okay, the giveaway tool is back up. There you go. Re-enter. I see 2 entries. Now, if I drop the internet, it'll screw up the giveaway tool again. So hopefully I won't drop. But I have twice, so it'll probably happen again. And it takes a little bit to come back. Hello, Betty Boo. Yeah, I just dropped my internet dropped again, Brandy. So now I'm back again. Yeah. Yeah, right. That's funny. I got a button for that. Anyway, yeah, something I wanted to mention. I want to show you guys a picture real quick, and I'll show it again later for those that don't see it. But I want you to see a picture, and you tell me what you see wrong, which made me want to pull my hair out. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Josh Recreator 3D. Josh, what is going on?
Gentlemen, ladies,
my internet just dropped, and
everyone
offline.
in the Internet
twice.
Collective.
Yeah, I've been having internet problems. I just got kicked offline. But I want to show you guys a picture and tell me what you see wrong with this picture. You notice anything different about that picture? I mean, here's another angle of it. Look at the gantry. I'm doing this job yesterday on this $1,400 Jimitsu. The right side is driving backwards and the left side is just sitting there doing nothing.
Ooh.
And I left the garage for 2 seconds, came back. My machine is kind of teeter-tottering, cattywampus.
Yeah.
And yeah, I shut it down, reset it, done everything I could think. I couldn't get it to home. I had to take a nut driver, which goes in the front of the machine on that blue plate by the word Jimitsu, and you crank it straight. But I could get the X and the Z to work, but the Y would not function. Reset it, turned it off, reset candle, reset universal G-code sender, got mad about it, went in the house, came back an hour later, and then everything was working fine. And I was able to complete a job that I'll show you right now. But there's
How's it driven, Jerry? Is that with belts like underneath?
No, it's got ball screws on both sides of NEMA 23's closed loop steppers. And here's what I was working on.
Nice.
And look at the scar across his face.
Oh no! I mean it's all right. It's a little added accent.
It's a war wound. But I was able to restart the job. I reloaded the program. I let it go back over its moves, and I homed my XY and my Z on the center of the work, and I was able to complete it with 2 different bits. It just has that war wound. So I contacted SaneSmart, like, hey, why'd this happen? Why did it all of a sudden screw up? It wasn't bound up on nothing, so I'm not really sure why it happened. And another thing is, I bought a bunch of wood off Amazon, some different types of wood that I wanted to work with, and I'm not sure what this is. It's not pine. I'm thinking maybe maple, but I'm really not sure what this wood is. If anybody in chat can recognize this type of wood, let me know. Because when I bought all these samples off Amazon, and then I glued 2 pieces together with tight bond and I clamped it. But I'm not sure what type of wood I'm working with. Because it kind of comes unlabeled, and I have to get it has a picture of it all stacked up on their website with what type is what. Or actually, it doesn't say what type's what, it just said what types come in the box. But I'm not sure what that is.
Is it a pine?
I work with pine a lot. I don't think it's pine. Because I buy pine.
Yeah, it looks like pine.
Yeah.
Josh, are you having time today a little bit?
Say again?
Do you have time today a little bit? Like
to meet up?
Be like all the time on the show, like for today?
Sure.
Okay, because I'm not feeling very well. Tapped you it.
I'm in the same boat, but I'm on. It's Murph. Or
yeah, I know. I wish I was at Murph, but the only way I can make
I was there too. So we can be green and ill together.
Yeah, the only way I can make to Murph is if I get some kind of fighter jet to go over there, something Mark 3 or Mark 4.
That's all right. Now, someone else told me it just gives you more time to prep for Smurf. Right?
Yeah, for December 7, I think it is. 8. So
I watched that video
forward.
from Stefan. It looked like that was your design he was working with that he was modifying.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Take care, Matt. Have a great day.
Sleep up. Yeah, Stefan has blessed us again. Not just my project, but just pet pultrusion in general, you know. Half of his antics are just experimenting, and a lot of my community, I find, just want that extra handheld. And Stefan just comes through and boom, nails it every time. And people love the confidence that he brings.
I noticed that when, oh God, what's his name down in Australia? Michael, Teaching Tech. When he done a video on one recently, he's talking about it was taking the bottle of filament and it was rolling it, which had it hollow down the middle when it enclosed it. And I don't think that's the same with the process, is it?
Well, so this is where you can get into varying processes amongst varying brands. Am I echoing or is that me?
No, I have an echo. I've had it for a few weeks. There's something electronically going on with my Bose speakers. I need to unplug everything in my PC and work on it, and I haven't. So
just so I know, I'll roll with it. Either way, so I made ppu3d.com, and that is Pet Pultruders United. And for me, that was my way of allowing other brands and community efforts to have a streamlined tent to talk about pultrusion in general. And that was my way of helping separate and keep Recreator not just my brand, but my method. And my method is shooting for like 90%. And that's going to be the fastest and easiest way where you're not struggling to understand math and how pet one is very robust and needs to be high in temperature to melt it. So we're just reforming it. And if you're shooting for 90% in your math ratio, you're going to make that hollow core. I have some community members that really want to push it to solid. When you start to go solid, you have to go slower, you have to go higher in the temps, and that can rip your material. So every time Stefan gets into things, oh wow, my mind just gets so blown. I feel like I'm here with my antics and Stefan's to the moon. And if I'm understanding, Stefan does have a background in engineering. And for, you know, I don't know if he's doing.
I should go offline, it'll take me 10 minutes to come back. So try to keep everybody happy, and I'll be right back because I've already dropped once. Hopefully it won't happen again.
The comments, and I can pay attention to the comments. I was just talking to Doug, who Dreams Void is kicking around about paying attention to the comments. So yeah, again, Stefan's video is just so thorough, I'm thinking he's just going to talk about one subject, and here he comes through and he's talking about a handful. And when he was posting on Twitter earlier this week, he was showing how he's doing the enclosing of he's got like TPU going into PLA, which is just mind blowing. But the way that he was showing how he was like putting his logo into it, and he posted it on Twitter, and people are like, "Are you making candy next?" Because it's a method for making candy. And like you said, it's more of just a novelty. It's not anything that's going to really benefit. But
I didn't see that part. I only watched part of the video, but I seen where he showed a clip where it was cut. And you can see like a heart or something in it.
So towards the end of his antics, he is infusing TPU into PLA, and based on how it then prints, it's actually making like a fiber join. So he's making the PLA 10 times, if not more, 50 times more robust of a material after he's like making it into a fiber. And then the way that it prints, it's even more becoming locked into itself. It's crazy. I wish me right now, I'm probably butchering the explanation of what went into it, but Stefan, love him. I love him.
Yeah, it's a great channel.
And he's at Rocky Mountain Rep Rap right now, and I hope everybody's having a blast there. Like I mentioned, I wanted to have this kind of feel like it was an extension of that, which this whole weekend is. So it's a good time to jump in and talk about things that are going on there. And like anything else, I wish I could compete with the energy that YouTube content creators have. Even you, Jerry, with doing this weekly. Doug can attest that it's something that both of us want to get into, and having the energy and the drive and the personality to do this is, especially if you have any kind of social anxieties or anything, you hit your bottleneck and not want to do it.
Well, you're just talking to a camera. You're sitting in your room and you're reading chat. You don't have to say, "Hey, the whole world's watching me right now." So just don't pick your nose on camera, and you're okay.
So again, I appreciate that you're like kind of hosting it, because that is a big, heavy burden off of just saying hi. Especially, I guess Matt took off, and it's just me and you right now. So we can talk about Rocky Mountain Rep Rap.
Yeah, Kenny's at a picnic in California, but we can have up to 10 people at a time on camera if anybody else chooses to drop in. I send out all my normal invites to everybody, but a lot of the people I invite are at Rocky Mountain today.
Maybe if Doug's kicking around later, Doug, he'll pop in and we can carry on the conversation. But yeah, dude, just so much going on right now. Twitter is ablaze. And it's just great right now to see everybody's stuff that's coming out. And it's not just individual people. One of the best parts of the Rep Raps are that
There's Sam and Tor.
Very team driven, and it is like I've never gone to summer camp. This is as much socialization that I get,
The Recreator 3D.
Going to the Rep Raps is amazing. And so just being able to sponsor a table and talking with you right now.
This guy looks familiar right here. Look at this.
That's Bill, Buzzkill Bill.
That's your table.
So I'm blessed that we've had community members that are so willing to go and be ambassadors for the project. Bill is so full of energy, and I hope everybody gets to go over and just say hi and
very cool.
Make a new friend. So that I think they're expecting I think they got over 2,000 people last week and last year. So hopefully it's doubled. I think they got some snow. And
oh wow, no.
We're at the almost end of April here in Massachusetts, and I don't think we've ever had a snowstorm past this date. So
if you go to Rocky Mountain, at least take a hoodie with you in case you need it.
Yeah, definitely. And so I mean that's the mountains, right? Similar to New England, we can joke that we'll get a snowstorm anytime from October to April.
Anybody in chat have any questions? Anything you want us to talk about, or anything you want to talk about? Chat people. We got 19 people watching. We got 2 on Twitch, 17 on YouTube right now.
I'm gonna pull up Twitter. I'll try to ride this with you. Keep the stream going. So me and Doug were talking just about his antics.
If you want to share a screen, just hit present, click your screen, and then you can scroll it and talk about it if you like.
This is a great learning time for me, Jerry, because I want to get back into StreamYard, or I want to get into StreamYard. I've never been into StreamYard, so Cool. I see my present button. I'll make
Bunch
sure.
of things being a guest you can't do that I can do as far as camera. But if I put my mouse
Slides.
directly on your screen and I left click and hold it down, I can drag you to the right.
Okay.
And then you can't see the buttons, but below the screen, I got a lot of buttons where I can make you big, small, whatever, where I can do things like this, or I can put us back to normal. I can go side by side, or I can just have you real big, or, there's a lot of things that I can show you. So if you ever want to come in when I'm offline, I can show you all
Sure.
this stuff.
That's awesome. I think we talked about that once before, and I definitely will take you up on that.
And I can boot you. I can mute your camera. I mean, if you're talking too much and I want to talk, I can mute you and then I can talk and interrupt you, or I can unmute you.
As we know and everyone knows that I'm good to mute every now and again. So
Bama Brian, hello. My wife is a Bama fan. I got a few shirts that I wear for her.
let's see, Rocky Mountain. So this is where I'm starting to, now that Twitter has changed its kind of platform from what it used to be into where it's going, if like hashtags even matter anymore, or if they're more of an annoyance to people visually. Because it seems like these days you can just kind of type in something and it pulls up regardless if it's hashtagged or not.
Roll Tide. I guess my wife's not in chat right now. She would have commented. Hello, Chris.
What's Roll Tide?
Alabama football.
All right, on.
As far as college goes, I believe they're the best in the nation usually every year. My wife always tells me don't watch NFL, watch college if you want more excitement because they play harder, play better than the NFL does. But now the NFL has a new rule. You can't grab people and tackle them around the waist or the legs. And yeah, it's ridiculous. I guess they're going to go to flag football.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, what's the whole point of having football?
Yeah, we'll see what happens this next season, what they're going to be doing.
Don't touch me. Oh, wow. Let's see. So I know, like, Mitch, he's going around. He's got a different apparatus strapped to him this year. He's got the King Rune.
Do you want to share a screen or no?
I don't know right now. Let's see.
Okay.
Let me see if I can pull up Mitch.
Do you have dual monitors?
I do.
Okay.
So it's going to show me my dual monitors, right?
Well, you're going to put that. You have a screen you're talking on StreamYard. Put the other screen on your second monitor. When you hit present down below, you'll see in the top right where you pick which screen you want to share. And then you hit share. I see it in the background, then I bring it in.
All right. Let's see. I'll just share Mitch's and make sure that.
Yeah, I stream each and every Saturday on Twitch and YouTube. No matter what's going on in the world, unless my internet drops like it did earlier, then I got to pop back in.
I'm just making sure that things are closed. Tabs are lowered. All that jazz you need to prep for, right?
Yeah, don't show anything you don't want to be seeing.
All right. Let's see. Let's do a share screen. Share screen. Oh my God, options. This is fun. So we are on the Mitch. And all right, let's go for gold. So you see that now?
Yep, here we go. And then I'll click on it, and there it is. And then you can talk and scroll as you wish.
Cool. So that's Mitch, and he's on his way. And he's sponsored by Sliceworks, and he's got a King Rune in there, KP3S. I think it's a plus. But he did that entire case is on a Sliceworks filament, and he's got that strapped to his back right now.
It's nice.
Which is just nuts to me. Let's see if we can find it. So I posted to try to find the Wild Mitch because he is floating around there somewhere. But yeah, so he went from his, oh my God, help me out with the name of that style printer.
Delta.
The Deltas, thank you. The CNC. That's always got me funny with how that works out. But yeah, let's see what else we got.
Nice.
Let's just go to Rocky Mountain and see. Oh my God. Here, let's can you unshare me for a minute?
Whenever you want, I can pull it back in.
Yeah, that way I'm just, I don't know. It's like anything else. This is why I said I appreciate you hosting, because then it's nice. I want to get a feel with Doug. I think me and Doug are gonna maybe do something down the road. Either
SPC 3D. Hello, hello. How are you doing today? Yeah, whenever possible. If you don't have a million people in chat and it's not going by 100 miles an hour, people love to be recognized. Whether you show their comment on screen or just say hi to them, or if you're talking, I'll just wave to people sometimes and I'll put the comment on the screen. That way they're being recognized. But of course, if you got hundreds of people watching, like on some of the big streamers, and chat's going like this, you can't talk to everybody, obviously. So you randomly pick people out here and there.
Okay, why don't we share me again?
There you go.
Cool. So that's outside of Rocky Mountain.
Oh, it looks wet.
There they
Oh,
got
wow.
their snow. So they just started probably getting all their buds popping on their trees. And,
yeah, I was asking what's his name here a while back if he's going to have snow then, but you never know what's going to happen. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not.
So Dave Wheeler, he's going to be there as the official photographer, going around shooting off everybody's tables. I personally love his photos, and he does a great event photography. But they have
I
this
haven't seen the Lambo yet.
The Lambo.
Okay, that's a kit car somebody built, but what did they base it off of? What was the original car? Do you know?
So I don't know the original. I'm not a car person, but it's some sort of Lamborghini. It looks more modern. So I would assume if they're getting the model, I think if I recall, Joel Telling interviewed them, and
oh yeah, a couple years ago, I think I remember that. They've been working on it for a long time.
Think they were basing it off of something that they had, and they were just revising it to how they needed it.
And then Lamborghini seen it, and they sent them some parts like a steering wheel and wheels and things like that.
It's got an official, what is it? Spoiler. Official steering wheel, and looks like center console here.
Oh, nice.
That is, I think, going to be the show stealer of the weekend, to be honest with you.
Very cool.
So I don't know if it's street legal. That was a question. I assume they brought it in on a trailer and drove it around. I know somebody showed me a dent in it, so hopefully they didn't have too much fun. Oh.
What do you think about
Go ahead.
What do you think about the Orange Storm Giga by Elegoo? Why in the hell would they put springs under the bed? Why is the bed not mounted solid?
So I love that people are getting in this thing and then sitting in it like nonchalantly. And I wasn't aware that they had individual springs. I think that's just new to me, but that seems a little silly. And from yeah, my own. I wouldn't want to be in the middle of that unit trying to finagle to make sure if something isn't level. You'd hope that it would be level with a machine that big, and I've only worked with a 600 by 600 by 600, and I just fit into that.
Yeah.
uh, I did you hear anything about everybody like resolving the Z offset with the nozzle drag? Was that a bug in the system?
I don't know. I don't remember. All I know is Joe had the two metal plates. He's adjusting all these screws on all four build plates. You shouldn't have to do all that. It should be one big flat plate.
Nope.
Everything should be adjusted from the nozzle.
I very much agree. So LDO is there per usual, and they have the positron. I'm not a huge fan of the positron. I think it's super amazing
Yeah.
in that it can fit into a very small form. It's probably really going to be game changing for anybody who's maybe in the trucking industry. Just if you're on the road all the time and you don't have the space and you're just trying to Tetris something into a corner somewhere. I personally, I think I just have an issue with it being upside down.
A few years ago, we had a trucker that would stop into my live streams. He was driving around the country and he had a printer in his back seat, in his back where his bed is, in the back of the truck.
So I like where, this is a nice presentation of where LDO is going to be going with like kind of their style, but where
LS1 Corvette's what the Lambo is based off of. Okay, awesome.
Soval just came out with their
Thank you.
like hybrid Voron, and it's going to be interesting just to see like where different collaborations might end up happening with.
Yeah, I seen Loyal Moses done his video. I watched everybody's videos on it. It's based off of Voron. It looks similar, but it's not a Voron since it's not open source and built from random off the shelf parts. But it resembles a Voron since that's what they based it off of. But he shouldn't call it a Voron killer in his video. That's a thumbnail just to get you to watch the video. But yeah, it's not a
Loyal's
Voron killer.
good at that.
People that want to build a Voron from scratch and learn it and have it custom, it's not going to hurt Voron the least little bit. That Sobel came out with something looks similar. It's not going to hurt their business at all. Period.
So the Cocoa press is big this year there. Ellie always has a good spread. She's got 3 tables there. Yeah, I don't know. Right now we're not really seeing too much. I was seeing more earlier. But yeah, why don't we unshare me for now?
All right.
Cool.
There you go.
So yeah, what have you been up to?
Just working on my CNC out in the garage. I got a video I'm trying to get edited today regarding this right here that I got off of Etsy, and then I got the big scar on it, and I'll explain that in the video. And then I'm just way behind. I got videos I need to do for TH3D. I've got fiber laser stuff I need to get done. I just got a lot of videos I need to get done.
I feel you. I'm trying to get into my garage, and I kind of get like seasonal funk disorder, and I just want to hibernate like a bear. So, and in New England, it's just now getting into the 60 degrees, which is a nice garage time for some of my plastic antics. So a lot of the stuff I don't want to do down in the basement, if I start to vent outside, I'm just going to introduce more airflow that makes the basement even colder. So. But I'm looking to probably get into the ArtMe 3D soon and join Stefan's antics where he's been going down that road. So I picked up 130 pounds of bamboo poop down 50-minute drive from me. So that was fun seeing 70 bamboo printers, all just workhorses doing their thing. And bamboo really, I'm not too into their, taking from the community and locking it up, but they're being very, very influential and pushing a lot of things forward. One of the things that I started with a Robo R1 Plus, and one of the things Robo did was introduce small electronics 3D printed kits, and I think that is one of the funnest things I've seen Bamboo roll out with recently. But yeah, I hope to see them kind of take where we're going with like the Artme and the smaller scene shredders that we've got. Um, there's another maker recently who just came out with a nice like augured direct drive that can take in pellets and varying forms of pellets, and so upwards just from like powder up into chunks. And so right now my shredder is like a chunky shredder, and a lot of people want to know if like the Artme can use Pet 1. And this is where we start to talk about our understandings of different plastics and materials, and then what's inside of each one of those, even if it's just a PLA. One brand PLA is going to have a different ratio of whatever's inside of it to a different brand. So not all PLAs are the same, and not all PETGs are the same. We can go with like the general status of how they melt, but some companies might go with a cheaper material or might have a different additive into it. So
I wonder how many companies are in the world that make filament. 10 or 20 or 30. There's only X amount of companies. Then some companies rebrand for many other companies. I wonder.
well, so that's a good business for a business to know how to be diverse to different demographics. And so I know when I was doing videography in Massachusetts, we'd charge one rate, and then we'd go to New York and we'd charge a whole different rate because that's just the demographic and that's what it is. And so same thing with filament, and depending on where it's being produced in the area. I am a fan of Sunlu and Jayo as far as how they treat me in my printers, and I've never had an issue. Some people aren't into that brand, but I know that Sunlu and Jayo are one and the same.
You said J-O, not J-Lo, right?
J, and I have dyslexia of some degree, so yeah, like it Jayo,
Okay.
in case I'm not pronouncing it correctly. And I just on that topic of like not pronouncing things correctly, I love the fact that especially on your channel, we've got a lot of diversity around the world, and everybody has a different way of speak and sometimes understanding. I have a high schooler in my group who's Australian, and so on top of speaking like a high school kid, he's also Australian. And so they speak English there, but of course it's Aussie. So it's other people are having a hard time like understanding what he's saying, but to me, I'm kind of like, oh yeah, I get it. It's just got to kind of zone out to a general perspective of what they're saying. But I love that like on a sociology level where everybody kind of talks differently, but we're so open now.
This comment here from Red Light. Red Light, don't you have an empty spool? You can re-spool it. Or you can go on many different sites and you can print out a spool. Printables, thingables.
I think spools are like the least of anybody's worry. I have a whole trash bag that I was saving to bring to Greengate because they reuse the varying brands of spools, which is nice to see.
Not on a spool. Yeah, just print one out or get one from somebody that in the neighborhood. I remember one time a few years back, I threw away like 600 spools in the recycling bin. And if you don't have a winder, just wind it by hand. You're in your shop working, just sit there by hand and just re-spool it back and forth by hand, put it on a roll. Shouldn't take too long.
Yeah, all mine, like I said, was going to go to Greengate, but now that I'm working with the Army, hopefully I'll be spooling up. So I talked to Stefan, and I think he pretty much gauged it at about 4 rolls. Oh my God, what did you say? About a roll every 2 hours, I think. So I should, within an 8-hour period, be able to do 4 1K rolls. So that's not too bad. I think that's if you had 2 or 3 of those units in a production suite, you'd actually be able to consider yourself as a home recycler, home produced
And
films.
another thing about live streaming, I'm on Twitch and YouTube right now. So as comments come in from both platforms in the StreamYard, if I don't click on them and show them on the screen, another platform can't read them. Like this comment here is from Twitch, but YouTube can't see this if I don't show it on screen. So sometimes when you're responding to a comment, show it. That way the other platform knows what you're talking about.
Thanks for that tip. That's great to know, because I only plan on going on YouTube, but it's nice to know that these can go on varying platforms and branch out.
And you being a guest, you have a button you can click where you can see chat in StreamYard, and you can type back and respond to people. On the bottom right corner, it should say something there. Hey, Marcel. And in order for me to show it on the screen, I simply click on the comment. And then when I want it to go away, I click it off. How you doing, Marcel?
So again, I know you have your guests like me right now to play off of, but again, I give you a lot of credit. I have varying things wrong with me. ADHD is probably one of them, but I can't. As much as I've got 2 screens in front of me, it's like too much.
Mm-hmm.
So again, like it was nice. Like I was talking to Doug, I think it'd just be nice to have like another person to play off of, and I wonder if there's other people that find content creation easier to have like a guest, somebody to play off of rather than just staring at their.
And if you're live streaming, don't allow random people to pop in if you don't know who they are. You'll see them in the back room. I've had random people pop in before because they can kill your channel instantly by something they might do on camera and get you booted off whatever platform you're on. So know your people. If you might know who it is in chat, you let them in, or kind of make sure they have their camera turned on, because in the back room you can see what they're doing or who they are. Just be careful who you let
plug
in.
my headphones in case that helps with any echoing. I don't know.
Can't hear you now.
There we go.
There you go.
I didn't know if nope, that didn't help anything. So you said you're having echo issues?
I am on my computer. I've got a wire cross somewhere going in the back of my computer and the giant mess of wires, and I'm having a little bit of static on my speakers. Other people are saying I'm echoing. I'm not hearing it, but I do hear a little bit of static in my speakers when anybody talks, and I'm not sure what's causing it.
Yeah, I hear you.
I need to unplug everything, take my printer out, my computer outside, blow it out with an air compressor. When I do that, of course, I hold the fans so I don't over rev them, and I blow everything out, all the dust, bring it back in, plug everything in. It's time that I get that done.
It's a lot to set this stuff up.
Okay. Yeah, it's Marcel. It's been my mic for a few weeks having an echo, but.
So like I've been trying to get out in the garage, and I'm surprised actually how good my Wi-Fi is, because
ground loop buzz. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. It's just kind of weird. When I first started to stream, I didn't hear it, but the minute I hit a button on my stream deck, then I could hear it through my speakers. But usually when I'm offline editing a video or watching YouTube, sometimes I can hear it. Something isn't right. And I've unplugged everything. I got 2 Bose speakers that have a volume knob on the front that are connected, and they go to my PC, which is up on a shelf. Yeah, something's not right.
So do you do reduced mic background noise?
I can change your volume if need be. You sound fine on my end.
Okay.
Yeah, echo canceling, reduce. Look, I see you're looking at it now. I seen you uncheck it. Reduce mic background noise, automatically adjust. When Kenny's on, sometimes he'll talk really super loud when he talks to people. So I have to, yeah. When he does that, I have to turn him way down.
All right, let's see. Maybe that helped.
Yeah.
So many options.
Yeah, something's going on. I got to trace down the wires from the speakers to the back of the PC, make sure they're not wrapped around a power cable or something. I'm looking at them right here, but to get to them, I need to physically get up on my desk, move the printer up so I can try to work on it.
So how much stuff do you have occupying your area that you're like working in?
Turn your mic up there. I got it. Okay, how much? What about my area?
Just saying in general, like you got the alien behind you now, and you've got your shelves. How much is occupied? Like
Everything.
Can you spin
I mean,
your
I got
chair?
I got a workbench over here in the corner. Here, I'll show you all this garbage. Kind of hard to see, but I got a workbench over there underneath all that filament, and I can't use it. It's just stuff piled up everywhere. But
A collect
then I got a great big,
like every area in my place is a collect all.
I got a great big giant table I put on casters for streaming and doing videos, and underneath the shelf has got crap everywhere, not organized. There's stuff on it. So whenever I go to live stream something, I got to move everything off the top. I set my camera up right here on my tripod, my Canon, aiming at the desk, but I'll make sure I'm not beaming underneath it. Then I put a couple box lights up to illuminate me, and yeah. Yeah, I got too much stuff, and I want more.
That's how it works, though, right?
Yep. I mean, that Sobel SV08, if they would send me one to review, I would love it. I don't have the extra money laying around to buy it. It'd be cool to check out. It has some bugs they have to work out of it, but basically it looks pretty cool. And I don't want to build a Voron from scratch. I built my Hypercube from scratch a long time ago, and that was a pain as it was. And a Voron is a lot more in-depth building and a lot more to do and getting it right, and you know.
So do you ever get overwhelmed by the constant barrage of new?
Yeah, there's always something new I want, and then I'm committed to doing certain videos for certain people, and I get behind and they're not getting done. I'm not on contract. It's just what I verbally told them that I would do for their company if they sent me a product. And then here comes something from somebody else. So I do this video to get it out of the way, but now I'm behind on this video, and I want to do content on what I got in the garage, but I'm watching Netflix, and it's just literally a big mess. It's like I watched Fallout. I streamed all 8 episodes, and then nonstop. I went until I had to go to bed, then I woke up and I continued all 8 episodes. It was awesome, but all that time I'm not getting nothing accomplished.
Sure.
So I just get bogged down. And then the medicine I take, I think my metformin kind of bums me out a little bit. And then I got this thing on my right leg down by my calf that's reddish brown. It hurts like hell. I've been to the doctor, and that keeps me up at night. I can't sleep very well with that area hurting. And yeah, it's not a rash. It's something, and has something to do with my diabetes and being fat. Because since I retired years ago, I've gained a lot of weight. I lost it a couple times, and then I've gained it back, and I need to lose like 80 pounds. So I can still go 100 miles an hour like I did when I was working construction, but I just need to get rid of my belly.
Sure.
So whenever I do a video, I try to stand straight on with the camera. The minute I turn sideways, you go, oh my God, he's pregnant. Anyway.
We come in all shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's my old man, he was a lineman, so I was just telling somebody that imagine those telephone poles and someone just picking it up on their shoulder and being able to just run with it. He can't do that anymore in his older age, so but he still thinks he can. Unfortunately, it'll take him out a couple notches otherwise.
Yeah, building from scratch is fun to a certain extent, but yeah. My Hypercube now, it's 400 by 400 by 500. It was originally bought in Ziltech, a kit, and when it comes to Hypercubes back in the day, there is no instructions. There is no way to put it together. You buy what electronics you want. you watch somebody else's video and you kind of figure everything out as you go. And then if you're making videos, as I did while you're building it, from video 1 to 2 to 3, you might see things that change because you realize you put something together wrong. So in the next video, if you don't tell everybody what you did, they're like, well, why does that look like that? That wasn't like that in the last video, because you make mistakes. Got to kind of figure it out as you go. Where I think Voron basically can give you a step-by-step guide on how things go together. I think I've never built one, but and then if you ever go to sell the printer, if you ever go to sell a Voron or a Hypercube, how many people out in the world want to buy it because you built it and it's not an off-the-shelf printer? So that limits a lot of people that might not touch it because, sure, it looks great and it works, but you built it from a kit basically, and you modded it yourself. It wasn't a mass-produced printer. So
that's
it will
where
limit
the Solvol's coming into now, where
it'll limit who would want to buy it used. Let's say you sell it secondhand. So
there are plenty of people that are like, I'm very okay with that Solvol printer that looks like a Voron, because they now no longer have to spend upteenth months building it.
Yeah.
People want to print.
I like the idea of mold injected parts over 3D printed parts. But
it's okay.
As long as you say it looks similar to, and it's not. It is. It's not a Voron. It just looks similar to one.
So I have Prusa behind me. That's all printed. Well, it's not all printed parts, but the majority of like 10% printed, I guess. My first printer that I was going to get me into 3D printing was the Phoenix Easy 3D printer, and it was a Kickstarter. It was my first Kickstarter. It was my first 3D printer, and it was like almost kind of like a 2-year adventure where they gave you updates, and it was like, wow, I'm getting updates, things are moving, I'm gonna get a 3D printer, this is gonna be amazing. I think I was at like maybe 550 invested into it. I did another 100 for a couple rolls of filament. Then on Christmas morning, we got an email that just said, we're sorry, we're done. And they had tried to go into injection molding, and they were printing them, but decided to go because it was the more professional route. But they had never done it, and they spent all their Kickstarter money trying to learn injection molding. And if they had just 3D printed their parts, it would have been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like anything else. You don't need $1,000 injection mold. A lot of the antics that we're doing, just like Stefan's doing, shows that we can use off the shelf stuff. Echoey.
How about hearing an echo?
Might just be me then.
I think we should give away a roll of Ziltech filament. What does everybody in chat think? If you're based in the USA or you have a USA address, you're eligible to win one roll from Ziltech. Let me share my screen and we'll get that going. I can find the right button here. Yeah, sometimes I have a brain fart and I can't think of what I want to say. It completely slips my mind, and things happen.
Well, a good thing. Thank you for the encouragement that things just happen.
Let me turn off my banner. It's another tab on the right. Click back on my comments so I can see what's coming in. Sebastian, hey, what's going on? How are you doing, my friend? But yeah, if anybody out there knows anybody from Solvol, I used to know a couple women that work for them. I've reviewed things in the past. I've reviewed a lot of stuff from ComGrow with lasers in the past and their small CNC. I would love to review and test and do videos on the SV08. So if you could either hook me up or tell them who I am. I've contacted the company recently. I emailed them, and I would love to review a machine from them, the SV08. So I'd appreciate the help if anybody in chat knows anybody, but I no longer know. We got 17 people watching. Okay, Ziltech is a company based out of Houston, Texas. They are now producing some of their filament in the USA. Most of it still comes from their factory in China. They got all types of filament. They got extrusion. They sell big tree tech boards. They sell resin, which I haven't used in a long time. They have a little bit of anything and everything. They only ship to the USA. If the order's big enough, they may ship to Canada depending on the right circumstances. But we're going to draw for one roll of filament. You must be present in chat to win. If you've won within the last 2 months and you win, have me redraw. They do not like the same people winning over and over, because the whole point in a company giving away filament is to get people to maybe want to buy filament or get the word out there. That's the point in anybody giving away filament. So we're going to draw right now. So hashtag USA in chat. Here we go. You want to help me count down from 5, Josh?
Sure.
5,
4,
3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Woo! Who's gonna get it?
Who's gonna be? Who's gonna be?
Oh, I showed up twice there.
Red
right.
light. Red light. I know who that is. Red light. Are you in chat? You just want to roll a
Congrats. Woo!
Congrats, red light. If you're still in chat. Let's see if he says hi.
Leaves at the end of the month.
Red light. Are you still in chat?
S3 Sebastian, the Solvol people. Anybody leaving is a good person to ask.
Appreciate it, Sebastian.
They might even be somebody that can push one out the door a little easier.
Red light. There he is. There's red light. All right, red light. Shoot me an email if you still have an email address. Go over to ziltech.com. I'm sure you've been there before. Pick out a type of filament and tell me what kind of email with your mailing address, and I'll let my rep know Monday. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats. It's awesome. So how do you get different filaments coming in, Jerry, to give away?
Talk to a sponsor. Talk to a company. Say, hey, I'm live streaming. I'm Josh, Recreator 3D. I do this, this, and this. And would you like to donate to my weekly live streams? Or randomly, I would like to give away this or that. Are you interested? If you have X amount of subscribers on YouTube and you want to do a giveaway, contact a bunch of companies. Say, hey, I'm such and such on social media. I do this, this, and this. Would you like to donate such and such that you might ask for this or that to give away? And they'll say yes or no. And I'll say, I'll plug your channel if you do. I'll show you on screen. I'll link your channel in the description. They'll say, sure, what do you need? That's kind of how it works. It's just ask. So, and you're on social a lot. You got a YouTube channel. Just ask.
Doesn't hurt to ask, right? I think I tell my community members all the time, it doesn't hurt to ask. Unless being told no hurts your existence.
Well, a lot of times you just don't get a response. That happens. That used to happen to me a lot. So I don't message people as much as I used to.
I feel you.
And I have so many. I'm backed up with so many videos and things I want to do now. If I was a huge content creator and I just had people randomly mail me stuff, I don't know when I'm going to have time to review it. It takes time. That's why some people will quickly push out a video, get one video done, get it out of the way because they got to get on the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. I try to review what I can actually use and I want to use. If there's something I want to buy that I can't afford to buy, I'll ask to review it so I can do continual content over a longer period of time. The bamboo, I had to sell a bunch of lasers, and I got donations from online that people helped me buy the bamboo, which is $1,680. They didn't send me one to review, which I would have, because I do content on the bamboo all the time, and I have over the last year, and I will continue to because I love the printer, and I always use it. It's my go-to printer.
Hi, Rich. So I mean, it's good. It's good once you've got a go-to printer because then you're not finagling around. And I just left the shop the other day where they've been working with a couple hand-me-downs for myself that are, $200 clones, but they're an industrial workshop. I was like, it's time for your $1,000 upgrade. You've had this for 2 years and you've swapped out 20 nozzles. You've seen me 7 times, and it's time to go either with like a bamboo or a Prusia, a unit that never needs its nozzles changed,
I've had a few companies lately contact me wanting to review different diode lasers that cost $300 or $400. They're nowhere near as nice as my Raleigh that I currently have, the 10/20 watt. I don't want to review the smaller lasers. I want to review things I can use. And then when I review a product, at one time I had like 8 lasers. I had too many lasers. I since I don't make that much money on being on retirement, I sell them basically for half price on Marketplace. And usually people never try to Jew me down. I sell them right away. So, but I try to review products that I actually can use. I could review more stuff randomly, then I'd have more stuff to sell half price when I no longer want it. But it takes up too much time. I'll be 60 in June. I got what, 25 years left if I'm lucky. No, I need to review things I want to use.
Sure, sure. Yeah, well, I mean, that's where it's good for me. Like, I know I'm trying to aim for brands that I like in my lifestyle. I don't want to just endorse somebody that's paying. You know, all right, just endorse us once I don't know who you are. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, like I said, I try to review products that I actually want to use. When Sane Smart contacted me about reviewing their 3018 CNC, real tiny. I don't want to review it. I reviewed one from Comgrow about a year and a half ago. It's too little. I don't like it. It'll do stuff, little stuff, but I don't like it. And they said, okay, well, if you review the little one, we'll send you the $1,400 one, the bigger one. Like, okay, sure, no problem. I'll review it. Because now they enticed it with sending me the bigger machine, which I actually wanted. So that worked. And like I say, the little one will do small jobs, but I just like bigger things. I don't know. Bigger is better. I used to have 4-wheel drives jacked up with big 44-inch tires. I love bigger is better to me. I had a dually jacked up real high. I just like bigger things.
well, so I mean, it gets to a good point where, you know, like you're getting stuff sent to you, regardless if it's free or not. Like it, you know, like is it something that you have room for in your lifestyle amongst reviewing it too? Because a lot of people get stuck with the review units, like you said. Now what do I do with it?
And then free's not free because time is money. You got to take time to review it, make content, do this, do that, edit videos, post videos, follow up, etc., etc. What's your time worth an hour? So even though it's sent to you at no charge, actually,
It's
yeah,
it's an agreement. I mean,
yeah, it's not free. Put it that way.
It's not free. I've done varying things that go on to my website afterwards, and yeah. So I was trying to respond to Richard in the post.
Throw it in private chat, and I'll post it for you.
Sure, I'll get it in private chat as well.
What do you guys think of the new kinds of film that has two different materials in them, like PLA with PETG core? I don't know that you can mix PLA and PETG, but I've done dual and tricolor PLA silk filaments, and they come out beautiful because they're blended. But I don't think you can blend PLA and PETG in the same filament.
All right, so my background after my antics with like failed Kickstarters and going from a robo to a Creality, I kickstarted. It wasn't really a Kickstarter. It was like it was a different branded Kickstarter. Anyway, so that was with M3D, and they had the quad fusion, and this is a 4-in-1 out unit, so it mixes and blends, and so could potentially do up to like 32 colors if you really had the material that could potentially do it. And at one point I just said, F it, I'm experimenting. I went all Stefan status and started taking PLA and mixing it with wood and seeing if I could get varying colors of wood mixed with, you know, just standard PLA, and it worked. And they had TPU with PETG. M3D specifically was making a 50% hybrid blend of PETG and TPU for some of their parts that they were using, just for like a more robust, sustainable material. And just like Stefan's video he showed recently, it ends up becoming like a fiber, and so they're bonding, but they're not. They're almost like encased inside of each other's like polymers, and Stefan's latest video is awesome because it shows just the witchery that is at play with that. HDPE and PP, they'll blend together, and then some of my community members have taken HDPE, put it into the center core of PET1. it then becomes more experimental after that, because like anything else, now you're infusing two different materials that shouldn't be with different temp ranges, and you got to find where it flows. So like one of the things that Stefan was running into is just, what temperature do I bring it to?
Mhm.
And I think a lot of people get frustrated once they go beyond PLA and possibly into PETG or ABS or TPU and start going like, why is this material acting like it's acting? It's acting how that material acts. It's not PLA. If it's TPU, they can act similar to each other, but we all know that we've got varying slicer settings for reasons. So it's nice when I love Prusa slicer. I'll go in and I'll just hit generic, and for the most part, all my generic settings in Prusa slicer, like for I'd say 90% of my materials that I use just takes it without needing recalibration or anything. But I think it's not. I'm not spoiled by a bamboo. I have no idea what a bamboo is or a current gen Prusa, so I don't know about flow in shape, in shape. Oh my God, what's the phrase I'm looking for?
Input shaper.
Thank you. All that's, even Clipper is beyond me at this point. So for me, that's like, wow, a lot has changed in 10 years of 3D printing.
Yep.
And even resin has gone bananas recently. And to think too that, just like you mentioned with the orange Giga, or however it's pronounced, that we've gotten such a large industrial printer for what, $2,000?
Yeah, Bama Brian. I'm not familiar with mixed filament like that.
So the Bamboo, I think, just recently put out, oh my God, it's infused with glass. I forget the.
Oh, another thing before I forget, Josh, if you ask a company for giveaways, don't have them send you the products, because then you got to pay money to reship them.
Oh yeah, man,
Give
I'm
them the
not a
name
fan
or,
of shipping these days, so I
and codes
very
are
much
really
feel
good too.
you.
If a company wants to give you a code for like a
Sure.
$25 or $50 gift card, you can
I
simply
feel you.
email the code to whatever person and delete it on your computer. So, yeah.
It's so funny. I know at one point you were talking about the at everybody feature and how it just ruffles people's feathers. And for a while I was doing, um, I recently lost my affiliation, which I have to try to get back, but I'd get coupons every month. And so part of my just random fun in my group was, hey, show me your prints and I'll give a coupon away. But I don't know if it's just my community or people just feel spammed in a open Facebook group, but I could never give $25 away to people.
Yeah, on my group, I was tagging every week at everybody once a week when I was going to go live on Saturday, and so a few people got very upset. And personally, if you don't want me to email you on my group that you're on, where you should be posting and aren't, get the F out. Period. That's how I feel about it. That isn't how I answered. I try to be nice about it, but if you're getting upset because you're being tagged, I get tagged all the time on Facebook. Do I jump up and down and throw a hissy fit? No. My panties getting a bunch? No. You're tagged on a group that you're on. You said or leave the group. On my internet again. Gary?
I can hear you.
Okay, my internet.
We're underwater right now.
And
I think you froze, guy. Am I still here with everybody? I think so, because he just put me full face with everybody. Show me in the comments if you can only see me. It's all me now. All right. Hey, everybody. It's the Josh Taylor Show. Taking over for Jerry for a hot minute, hopefully. All right. You can see me. You can hear me. What do you want to talk about? Because we need some commentary if I'm on the spot. So help me drive the show. It's the official Josh Show, filling in for Jerry. Only me. If I could bring in Doug, he's in the background, but I can't even bring in anybody, so it's just me and you. And it's 4 o'clock right now on a Saturday afternoon. Let's talk about potatoes. What's your favorite style? I like mashed, baked, put a little cheese in there, extra butter, enough to clog the arteries and string out that cheese when you go to get it out. My favorite Ghostbuster, Ghost.
I'm back. You hear me?
Jerry's back.
Yay!
We can hear you, Jerry. My favorite Ghostbuster Ghost is probably the oh my god, I can't think. I'm such a horrible Ghostbuster fan right now. But there used to be a pumpkin guy from the Halloween episodes back in the 80s cartoons.
Oh, that was called Pumpkinhead, right?
It wasn't Pumpkinhead, but we'll roll with that just as it is, because I'm not gonna remember. But I don't know. I'm a big. Everybody knows I got my toys behind me. I don't know if I'm just stuck in my childhood or maybe things just aren't as good as what I remember, but I love my
Everybody in
toys.
chat, re-enter Polymaker. I see 5 entries. I'm not sure if I lost any of them, but I had to refresh the page. So hashtag Polymaker if you want a chance of winning one roll of Polymaker. And it looks like we had like a 45 minutes in between me dropping and coming back. So I don't know what the hell's going on with my internet. It sucks. I've been having trouble for weeks. Cox has been out here 4 times, as I mentioned earlier. Then I thought they had it fixed. I'm on Gigablast. My uploads were like 10 or 11 over the last couple days instead of 35. And I called and complained about it a few times. And then they emailed me and gifted me uploads of 100 for free forever. So as long as I'm on the same plan.
Do you feel like it's your stream or your computer?
The internet's neither one. It's something in the area they're working on causing a problem. They've been in the house. They've checked my lines. They've checked the modem. They've checked everything. And it's an external problem.
Oh, I looked at my light and now I can't see the chat. I'm blind. It's like I looked into the solar eclipse.
I'm just looking back through chat. Yeah, anybody that missed me, I came back.
Sam Hain.
Now, if Josh wasn't on screen and the internet dropped, we'd still be live. You just wouldn't see me, and it'd take 10 minutes to come back.
So now, if I was left without you, would I still be seeing your Twitch stuff and everything in between?
Yeah, everything would still be loaded because StreamYard is not on my computer. I log into them. So once it's active, if I don't come back for a week, it's going to sit here and keep running until I come back in and shut down the stream.
So now my next question, if you set me as like a moderator or a guest or a host or whatever, I'd be then able to, if you dipped out and your stream was still kind of active, even though, like, am I then taking the stream for that? Like,
I could have you log in that way initially, but I didn't, where you could automatically show chat and do things like I'm doing it, but I didn't have anybody log in that way.
Cool. No, it's just good to know.
StreamYard, StreamYard, I was paying $25 a month on a monthly plan for 720p. Stream as much as you want. And then around Christmas time, they came out with a special. I'm getting the same thing for $10 a month with their logo up top where it says StreamYard. But I'm saving $15 a month. If you want to pay $50 a month, you can get 1080p. But 1080p, nice 720p, it doesn't matter. It's not worth extra $25.
I feel you. My website is on Wix. I'm just as happy to have the support of Wix at the top of my website, just as I'm sure you are using StreamYard to say like, well, I'm on StreamYard, so why wouldn't I support StreamYard, especially if it's helping me financially do the streams? So,
Build the Basement. Hello, hello. How are you doing today? Yeah, I've been streaming like this for a couple of years now. I used to once a week I'd try to find a maker somewhere, like someone like you or someone else in the community. I've had Joe Telling on Chris's Basement, Chris, Teaching Tech. I've done one-on-ones with in the past, and you know, I kind of like interview them for an hour, and then I do that all the time. Then I have my live streams. It kind of got to be too much trying to track people down, but you can always pre-record them, and a lot of people do that, and they run it as a premiere. If somebody's sleeping when you want to interview them, do it during when they're available. You tape it as if you're live streaming and do the whole 9 yards, and then you run it as a premiere on YouTube. So when people run a premiere, and then they're in chat constantly talking. That's because it's a premiere; it's not live. But they taped it live, and then they showed it after the fact.
Kind of want to get back into something like that. One of my questions for you is, just as a streamer, as a content creator, because you also do content creation, do you find it easier to just jump in a stream or a live and bang out things, maybe like not worrying about, oh, I gotta edit that and make this look beautiful and perfect? And
I prefer doing videos because people will come back and watch them because they're not going to be any longer than 15 or 20 minutes. If it's a live stream, it's going to be a couple hours long. Your average person is going to sit there for a couple hours and watch it. They're going to skip through it and they're not going to watch it. So I don't like doing live streams on any product I get. Sometimes you can if it's real quick, but then you got to come back and revisit it and do regular videos on it so people actually rewatch that. So I don't like doing. People that don't want to edit and they're really busy, they can do a live stream and bang it out, and then they don't have to come back they can move on to the next product. Sometimes you have to do it if you got too many things to do and you don't have enough time. But if you got the time, do a video, edit it properly. If you want to edit it, you don't even have to do that. But edit it, cut it down. When I do a video, I never know how long it's going to be. I can't say it's going to be 5 or 10 minutes. I film everything, I edit it down, and when I render it, then I find out how long it's going to be once I render it, and it's on my hard drive. And I can see how long it is. I can pre-watch it if I want to. I can go back and re-edit it. Then you got to upload it to YouTube, put in all your tags, your description, and all that crap. I done a food video a while back. I was in a restaurant downtown, and I knew the music was too loud. I didn't try to edit out the music in DaVinci Resolve. I just posted it, and it got flagged the minute I uploaded it. So now it's demonetized. So I can never make money on the video because it was too loud. It was too obvious. Now, the music is out of my control, but it was very clear. You could clearly hear every lyric, and there's no way YouTube will let it slide. Some content creators will pay a service to some company where they're allowed to play all that music in the background. I don't know what it's called. I'm not big enough to even look into something like that. I'm sure it's expensive. That's like DJs on Twitch that play mainstream music. They're paying a service somewhere to do all that. That's why they can play normal music all the time. I mean,
so it brings up a good topic of just like everybody's doing what they're doing for varying reasons, right? I mean, like me personally, I think for a while was like, cool, I want to monetize, and I kind of focused on that and had the ability to do it, and then lost the ability to do it. And I recently posted something with a song that I really love the song, and I don't care if it's giving somebody else money. I can use it.
Yeah.
And so I'm quite all right with that because at the end of the day, I love the song. It fits my project really good. And if it's giving some other buddy who made that song endorsements for the platform,
if you keep the song or the video clip under 10 seconds or less, I've never been bothered. I can show any clip from any movie, and I just watch it, and when I'm editing it, I make sure it's not a second. It doesn't go over 10 seconds. Drop them throughout the video. I've never been bothered by YouTube. I know a lot of people that have, like, one person had the intro to Ghostbusters in his thing. He was under 1,000 subs. He didn't care. Well, when he gets over 1,000 subs, he'll care because he'll have to change his intro because it's way over 10 seconds. But some people that have little clips in their intros of mainstream music is fine as long as it's under 10 seconds. I don't know that's written in stone anywhere, but I heard way back when. I've got over 400 videos on my YouTube channel. I'm not a huge content creator, but I have the content that says I am. I just don't have the numbers to back it up. I've only
No, but
got
it's
a
just
little
like
over
the
6,000
service that
subscribers.
Tripod was pushing a couple streams back for the like Movie Yard or whatever that had the 15-second content clips or whatever.
Yeah, I got to go to that site and look around for my current video. It's got outtakes from different movies and things. And like Joe telling a lot of people that have the movie clips in there, there's different places where you can find different clips. Typically, I go on YouTube and I look for something. I download the movie or the clip or the intro, whatever it is, and then I cut it in DaVinci Resolve and I take the piece out that I want and I throw it in my video. It's a lot
it's
more
nice
work
B-roll,
that way.
like especially if you don't have B-roll. But I think we've all just as a culture too, like succumbed to memes. So when you're watching a video where it's just like, can I sneak a meme in here real quick? Most people are just going to be like, cool, that actually broke up the content rather nice. If not emphasizes it, which it usually does.
Let's give away a roll of Zill to Polymaker before I get bumped off again. Hopefully I won't. I'll come back, but let's do a roll of Polymaker. So if you're living anywhere in the world that Polymaker ships to, they are one of the best filaments on the planet. I really like their filament. I like a lot of filaments, but this is probably the #1 filament that I prefer over all other filaments. They ship almost anywhere and everywhere. So we'll do a drawing for one roll. Hopefully the same people don't keep winning. If you keep winning and you're hogging up all the filament, let somebody else win. Have me redraw. But what'll happen, we'll get a winner. After the stream, I will send you a link that you will fill out, and then Polymaker, sometimes immediately, within a few days, will get back with you. They'll send you a code for free roll of filament with free shipping. You fill it out, wham, bam, you got your filament within just a matter of days. So just type in #Polymaker in chat. You can type it to Josh if you might want to win it. I can't enter.
I'll double down. I think I already did it, but you know, if you haven't done it, you do it again.
Yeah, we got 20 entries right now.
Last time I used their filament was for my my Death Racer.
All right.
So it'd be fun to get some more. Let's see if we get it.
I don't think I dropped them. You still hear me, right?
I can. You're streaming good.
I'm still here, Joe. All right, here we go, guys. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
Oh, winner!
No,
you do 2-ups. We stack, right? We stack filament here.
That is funny. Red Light, are you in chat?
We stack here at the Jerry Show.
There's no way to rig it, guys. I don't know how that happened. Red Light, he's still here. You won the Polymaker also.
Wow. That's good, man. That's good.
No, there's no way to rig it.
Even if there's a glitch somewhere, that's 2 different brands going to someone.
It's like Matt German. Matt German wins everywhere all the time. That's funny.
Well,
Red Light, are you in chat? Red Light, are you in chat? Are you still here? Red Light, say something if you're in chat.
Magic voodoo or something. He's got a roll of filament that he pokes with a needle.
Red Light, are you in chat? Say something.
Uh-oh, they dipped out. They don't get it if they dipped out, right?
Yeah, at some point here I'll redraw, but let's wait and see if he says something. Red Light, Red Light.
They got their other roll and dipped out. Woo!
Could be. Figured, well, I won, I'm leaving.
Oh, I have a wonderful story that I wish I could tell, but I'm not going to. But it involved somebody literally having their name drawn after they bounced out at an event, and
that happens here occasionally.
It was a super awesome prize, but I don't think the person would have cared either way.
Red Light, counting down from 20. Say something in chat. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. 15, 14, 13. I'm not going to PM him.
Red Light
12.
34.
Here he is.
There you
are.
You
want me to redraw, bud? Okay, if you want me to redraw.
Jerry. All right,
here we go. Thank you, Red Light. Whoever wins, Red Light should draw again.
I would have taken filament and ran. Double stack. We're Redrawn. Who's gonna get it? Joe.
Joe Galasco. Joe Galasco, are you in chat? You have won a roll of filament. He's another lucky person.
Alaska.
He was the first person here waiting for me to go live.
Good.
Joe, are you in chat?
He was ready for it.
Yippee.
There he
Here
is.
he is, right here.
Yippee!
Awesome.
Congrats.
Congratulations, Joe. Here's my email in chat, Joe. I'm sure you probably already have it, but jnap1@yahoo.com. Just email me and I'll send you the code later. Congratulations. Alrighty then. 2 rolls down for this week.
That's awesome.
Oh, also, when you click on a comment like that, like say this one, and it scrolls up and you can't see it no more, you're like, wow, how do I get rid of that? And you don't know where it's at, just click on any other comment and then click it off and it'll go away. Because when I click on a comment, it turns blue on the right side on my screen. When I click it again, then it disappears. Because a lot of times me and other people will have something up on the screen, they'll forget to turn it off, and you get busy doing stuff. You just got to kind of remember, once you show them, click them, and make them go away. But anyway, that was cool. Let me write that down so I don't forget.
So do you do usually a couple rolls every stream?
Ziltech allows me to give away 3 rolls a month. Polymaker allows me to give away 1 roll a week. So I do, however many weeks are in a month, 3 or 4,
Yeah,
5.
Nice.
So
I don't know how Polymaker does it. They have their fingers in everybody.
Polymaker sponsored my alien build back there.
Yeah, yeah.
They made me a partner, and they wouldn't send me all the rolls at once. They sent me coupon codes, kind of like with the giveaways, where I got 4 or 5 at a time, like 4 rolls at a time. And then the leftover money on the coupon, you can't use it. So I would pay the difference to buy the 5th roll with free shipping. And then when I ran out of filament for whatever I was working on, I'd contact my person on Discord. And after a week or so, he'd get back with me, send me another code, and then I'd start the next part of the alien. So it was a process,
Sure.
but it eventually got done and saved me 35 rolls of filament. I just wish more people would have watched the videos. That was the whole point of making alien, was to get subscribers on YouTube and people watching it.
So I was talking to somebody just in general to get an idea. I think I posted on Twitter as well, just to see, if like you are primarily doing the live content, if cutting it up afterwards to, make your content even shorter. I know these days, even my attention span is short, and people just like to doom scroll through things that are shorter. Just to get
I've never tried that, but I can give you an example. Let's say right here, I'm on the screen right here and I'm talking about something. You can download this footage from StreamYard. You can go in and cut the screen out and just concentrate on something you're talking about, and you can make a video out of it.
So when you are downloading your footage as a stream and a recording, would your screen be smaller, or do you get both resolutions the same size to work with in editing?
I think it'd be as you're seeing it. I've never downloaded it because I haven't never needed to, but you have the option to download it, just the audio, or it depends. I've never tried, but you can.
That was my
now, if I record this, okay, I take that back. When I record something one-on-one with you, let's say this was a week ago, and the only time you can come on live right now, I'm interviewing you, kind of like I did with Matt German when he built that Comgrow 500 by 500 printer, and then I aired it, then I posted it, I had it go live at a certain day and time, then me and Matt were in chat when it premiered, and then nobody could ask us questions live, but they could ask in chat, and we would answer in chat, because it was pre-taped.
Sure.
But Sam Prentice does that quite a bit. He'll pre-tape part of his footage and have live, so you'll see the tape part, you're talking to him, and he's not answering footage, because what you're currently seeing is taped, and then he'll have like a cut scene or something, and now he's live.
I need that though. Like, again, that's like less things for your brain to think about. One of the last streams I did before I kind of went MIA for almost a year and a half,
Thank you, Joe. Yeah,
Um,
it's very hard to do a live stream and build something because you're trying to watch chat. You're trying to think about what you're doing. It's
yeah.
going to take twice as long to build it because you're trying to do multiple things at once. And I'm not good with that. I want to concentrate on what I'm working on.
Well,
I want to play
so
Metallica cranked up on Amazon
yeah,
or Lady
yeah.
Gaga, have my background music, and I can't play that on my live stream. So, yeah.
Literally, the last thing that I personally live streamed was my MK6 build, and I said I'm never gonna get around to actually doing the build enough where I'm gonna be happy with myself, knowing that the community got something kind of either didn't get it or half-assed. But to go live for me was the easiest. I timed myself because I knew I was missing people commenting, and I can yammer, but I want to get the comments in there, and like you said, show people appreciation that they're watching and give them some love and attention. And
Here's a
so
perfect example on taping something. Let's say I'm putting together a big printer and it's going to take me 15 minutes to put in all these screws by hand because I'm not using a drill. I'll start to do the one. I'll tell the people what I'm going to do. I'll take that footage. I'll cut it on both sides and I'll speed it up to like 10,000%. That way you see me working like this.
yeah,
I
yeah.
get through it and I could always throw something on screen that you could read about what I'm doing and I shorten it up. That way you're not sitting there for 20 minutes talking to while people are in chat just hanging out while you're trying to get all the screws in. You
So
speed up those sections.
one of the things like I'm trying to be like better about for myself. I come from a background of stock photography.
Montana Maker, thank you very much for the $9.99. I really appreciate it, sir. Thank you. And if I was faster, I could find a button for that. I got a button for that somewhere. Here it goes. Here's the button.
Whoa!
Awesome super chat.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate the donations. They help make the channel possible and help me to buy things that I do.
So do you find yourself like maybe get caught up on perfection or what your perfection is?
No, I fly by the seat of my pants. I repeat myself in a lot of videos. I tape over multiple days. And my wife will say, first off, my son says, Dad, don't say you say too much. And sometimes I've caught myself doing that. My wife I repeat myself a lot. And usually it's because I edit the video over multiple days and I'm repeating the same thing. Now, when I edit, if I would take more time, I might catch that. I could cut it out. I'm trying to get better. I'm almost 60. I'm starting to lose my marbles, I guess.
No,
yeah, it is what it is. I try to do my best. I try to be
practice.
natural and be who I am. And people want to know if I'm like this in real life. I'm exactly the way you see me, but I say the F word a lot in real life. I cuss a lot, but other than that, I am who I seem to be.
You're semi-censored. Ums, ers, and are they're just they are just mental beats, and unfortunately they come out verbally. You're not the only one that does them, and the only reason that people don't like it is because it's not a flow. It's not a flow. For some people, it's a flow. I was all ums, ers, and uzzers just your last stream the other day. I was tired as crap. And some people, when they're on. They don't have a beat or anything like that, and it's better to pause and have nothing than
you're taping your intro and you're filming it, whether it be a webcam or a camera or a cell phone. Cell phones work perfectly fine nowadays. They got really high quality for taping. Just set it up on a little tripod, look at your camera. I don't usually do a selfie. If you do a selfie mode, when you edit like DaVinci Resolve, you can flip it around. That way everything looks natural. That way you're not a mirrored image
of it.
And when I have my Canon camera, it has a screen on the back that flips out to the side. I have to remember to look at the lens and don't look at the screen to see if I'm in frame, because in your eyes, when people watch a video, they see you looking next to the camera. Be sure you're looking at your screen. Like right now, I'm looking straight at the camera. And now I'm looking at my different monitors that I have. So I took my Osbot webcam, which tracks me, but it's turned off. I've got a reel and a little square cube that I 3D printed. And the camera's sitting on that right in front of my monitor. So when I'm looking at you, I'm kind of looking straight at the camera. If I put it on the top up here and then I'm looking at you, my eyes aren't focused on the audience. So You know, I'm not an expert at nothing. I've just done a lot of things, so I try to give people tips and tricks and what I've learned. So
you've given really good advice. So
thank you, Red Light. Thank you very much for your donation to Joe, the next winner. Have an awesome day, my friend.
It's nice just to have encouragement, Jerry. I was talking with Doug the other day. We all maybe get caught up in whatever we get caught up in that stops us from just taking the deep dive from the shallow end.
Hey, Chicago Bob, how you doing today? Good to see you. We just had both giveaways here a little bit ago, and my video has dropped. My video has dropped twice since I've been on. My internet's went down, but I'm currently back. Matt was here earlier, and he was tired. He had to go to sleep. Kenny's in California, and all of our other normal guests are at Rocky Mountain Rep Rap, and they haven't dropped in on camera. We've been streaming for an hour and 40 minutes. And we have 35 people currently watching, 27 on YouTube, and 8 on Twitch. And when I'm in StreamYard, do you see the time in the top left corner?
Yes.
Okay, right next to that, I got a number. It shows how many people are watching. When I put my mouse over it, it tells me what platforms are watching.
If you want, Jerry, I can send your link. Can I just take that from what you sent me earlier on Facebook?
Yeah, sure.
And send that
like
to my guy over there, Bill.
Yeah.
And
very
if
welcome.
He sees it.
Last year, usually every year at one of the shows, somebody will drop in and they walk around with the camera and they kind of film the audience. Say, hey, I'm live on 3DHP. You want to say hi? And they kind of film what's going on. That hasn't happened today, but it usually does. But if I was at a show, I wouldn't want to be on a live stream. I'd want to be busy talking to everybody and looking at everything.
That is
totally understand.
We were live streaming last night with Bill, and there was just so much antics and excitement going along, people setting up. I did not want to take Bill away from any of that, even though he was already set up. If you're set up an hour before everybody else and they still have 5 hours to do stuff, you have 4 or 5 hours of just chatting with other people who are done. Seeing tables and everything else that you're probably not going to get to enjoy the next day. So
I would want to go there specifically to meet the people, not to see the products, because I've been in the hobby for a very long time. I see things in videos. I mean, there's nothing that I have to see in person that would really impress me other than, say, meeting you in person and shaking your hand. That would be really cool. Or to meet people that I know. The stuff doesn't really, wow, cool, neat, but, if that makes any sense.
Yep. And that's the thing, is everybody's kind of going to these events for different reasons. Some are going to see their friends, other people that they might follow online that they haven't ever met before, rubbing elbows with just our favorite sponsors and everything in between.
Yeah.
So. And every time I go, I think I've got an agenda, and it never happens. So this year when I go to 3D Printopia, ERF 2024, I think I'm going to go a little light. Bill has a phenomenal spread at Rocky Mountain this year, and I think I'm just going to emulate that and go light. The last 2 shows I went big because I didn't know if I was going to go home. And that was fun but stressful. All right.
Yeah, I can't believe that my CNC screwed up like that. I'd like to hear what the company had to say about it. The gantry. If anybody's joined late and doesn't know, let me show you a picture. Where's that? Where'd it go?
We got one for maybe. Did you send one to Justin?
What?
A stream link?
Yeah, I sent him a link. You can see in the picture, here's another angle of it. I was working on a job yesterday on my Sane Smart CNC Prover XL4030 V2, and the gantry on the right side, I even rewatched it in the video, is going backwards while the left side isn't moving.
So
and it
you
tweaked
weren't
so bad, the whole machine was kind of teeter-tottering, and it locked up, and I shut it off. I took my nut driver on the left side, that plate right down here, if you can see it, and I cranked it all the way and straightened it up, reset candle, reset the machine, couldn't get it, the Y gantry to move it all, it wouldn't home. The X and the Z were working fine. The Y wouldn't move, went in the house. After about an hour, it came back out. I'm like, I got to get this video done. Turned it back on, and then it worked, and then it was fine. Then it was working. Why it had that error, it's got NEMA 23 closed loop steppers, like you can see right there. They got yellow and blue lights on them and a bunch of little tiny micro switches on the end. I'm not really sure what the switches are for. It's like an old computer game where you program all the little tiny switches, like in a sprinkler clock. But
sure.
Thank God I don't have any kids around that mess with the switches because I don't know what position that they're in. I don't want them bothered. But I don't know why the motor locked up. What caused that? No idea. And once it was all said and done, I finished the job. Here's a curtain video that I'm editing right now. Ta-da! And check that scar out there right across his face.
I still think it looks good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Justin from the show.
Oh, I can't hear you guys at all. I'm at the event. Obviously, we've got tons of things. I can't hear a word, though. I don't have a headset on.
It's cool.
So I'm going to kind of walk you guys a bit, but I'm actually in the middle of something. But Josh sent me the link, so
Cool.
I'll bring you over to Josh's fancy table over here so you can see what he paid for. Somewhere. Hold on. This event is massive. We've had more people today than the first last year, and we have more signups. We can't hear them, but Josh and 3DHP are on, so we can't hear him at all, though. There's something with the audio.
Can he hear us, though?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can fix it. Hold on. So, I'm working on it. All right. Can I hear you guys?
Live
Hey,
technology.
hello. How
Nope,
you
still
doing,
working on it. Hold on.
I'm sorry. I'm like mind blown that we're just even doing this right now. That this is possible.
Justin, if you can hear me, turn your phone sideways. It'll full screen.
It's not working. Hold on. Hold on. Trying to see if I can make it work. Give me just a moment.
This is just happy. I'm happy with this. It's like a little portal into.
You gotta have something. Hold on.
The reason I went
Nope.
back in this mode.
I don't have my headset, so I can't hear a word you guys are saying, but
Right.
yeah, this
Just
event
go.
is
Roll.
huge. So much to see. Cocoa
Wow.
Press over here. Got DFH with their flying gantry. Let me bring you closer to that. It blows stuff off. Got E3D over here, and Georgia, and Luke. Oh, sorry. Working on it. I don't know if it's going to work.
There we go. There we go.
Is that better? Yeah, there we go.
Thank you.
We're walking around. I can hear you a little bit. It's Jerry
All right.
3DHP. We're live on YouTube with him from the event. Where's Chris? Nice. We got the Voron crew with 2 Voron Phoenixes here. One
Nice.
that's working, one for display. We got the Voron crew. We got Luke from Big Tree Tech. Say hi to Jerry 3DHP. We're live on YouTube right now with him. Yep.
What's going on, guys?
We got the Phoenix over here. We got the Fabrico booth. Oh, I'm going to pause. Can you pull me out of stream for just a sec?
All right.
That's so amazing.
So now he's going to have to wave to me in the background. I'll bring him back.
It's just. Oh my God! I can't take the smile off my face. Just
He's pointing at the floor, so whenever he wants, when I see the camera come back up, I'll see what's going on here. He might be chatting with some people.
I just think that in today's time and age and everything, it's just so amazing that we're just able to. I'm able to chat with you. You're able to chat with your viewers. Everybody's able to chat with across everywhere right now.
Now we got Alan. We got Mandic really here.
Alan.
Hey, buddy, what's going on?
We can't hear him, but he says hi. I saw him wave, so that's good enough. I'm keep walking around.
Yeah, we'll wander around.
We've got we got Bot Rumble with their flyweight bots. Not sure why they haven't gone yet, but I don't know where they are. But they brought this massive freaking booth. You got See Me CNC at Mitch's table with this tiny little See Me CNC Aris printer. There's mine. We've got Copperhead, an actual battle bot here.
That's fun.
Wow.
Freaking cool. Smaller ones, the little tiny guys. You guys doing battles soon?
Every hour and a half hour.
Perfect. Sorry, there's so many people. It's kind of hard to get through at times. We got Makers. We got Zolan. We're live with Jerry.
Hey, go on.
3DHP live. Jerry, 3DHP. You don't know who that is?
You don't know the Jerry Show?
Yeah, look.
Okay.
It's facing this way. So, yeah. We can't. He's waving. Yeah, and then people. Break some eardrums. Zolan, break some eardrums. Got Proto Pasta, Lolbot, Polar Filament with their slop. It's a wide angle camera, so it's not that close. We're live on Jerry 3DHP's stream. We can't Jerry 3DHP. No, you're good. There's audio. It's just
Hey,
you
Dale.
can't hear. Yeah, it's too loud.
Hey,
Hi, Dale.
how you doing?
Pretty good.
Just
We
got
got
some,
Justin.
Here's one of my printers. I brought it all the way from 15 minutes away.
got the
Ah,
Rocky
There's
Mountain
somebody
so
got-
much to
Festival
see, so
going
many
on.
people. I'm going over to the South Hall. I'm not going to spend too long on here because I have things to handle.
Things to do.
But, you know,
People to see.
I
It's a
really
lot.
appreciate it, Justin. You're awesome.
yeah, I'm going to show you a bit of the South Hall really quick, and then I'll sign off. We got A to Z Industries right here. Jerry
Cool.
3DHP. We've got, here we go. Here's the guy you want to see. Hey, say hi to Jerry. We're live on his YouTube right now.
Hey,
Oh,
Tripod.
tripod.
Recreator 3D and Dale Mark, they're waving.
Good to see you.
Take your batteries.
Oh, yeah.
Your batteries with
No, I used them for 5 seconds. I don't care. I don't need them. No. I don't have anyone to carry them.
Your controller.
Yeah, the ones I put back, yes.
Hey,
Got some
Justin.
fingers for sale.
Justin, Zach
There's
was
Jim.
streaming
Oh, we've got Jim. I'm live on Jerry's stream.
Jim.
Sorry, he's dying. I came to from the perfect time to completely destroy voice. I'm on with Jerry on the stream.
Jerry.
Hey, what's up, man?
Where's Scott?
Jerry Springer.
No, Jerry Smith.
Jerry.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
There we go.
That was awesome.
That was the best.
We got Wham Bam over here. Hi. We got Pretzel
I got one of
Prince.
those.
We're live on Jerry
one of those on my
3DHP.
Prusa.
We got Cheesy Chairs.
We're the most obnoxious people here
Yes,
today.
we're live on YouTube.
Have I given
Right
you
now,
one of
and
these
you're in the
yet?
camera.
Here's a Pretzel Prince badge.
Nice.
Hello there.
Nice.
I tried to.
Oh, right in the bag.
Right in the back.
Go.
I tried to.
Scan this code. Someone take a picture.
I have been trying to find. There's one for you.
Screenshot.
So there's a chance that you will get a secret model. That is only for removed. There's 66 people. No problem. There are 66
Got some
free
guys from
models. Other
LDL.
than that, you'll see my full library on close food.
I'm gonna keep walking around. And you are welcome for the after party. So
Yes, you have to.
yeah, we'll have a little bit.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'll
you're
find
fine.
If anybody gets
We
to go
got
to
Den Hack
one
here,
of these,
local
the after
makerspace
parties are
in
just
Denver, one of the largest. We
Wow.
got Justin with Den Hack right there. Say again, hold on. Say again.
That
Your
place is
finger's
huge.
blocking the lens, Justin.
Awesome, thank you. We've got Luke's Laboratory here with Luke. He's right there. He's busy.
Nice.
We've got E-Sun over here.
That place
IC3D
is like
selling
a football
filaments.
field.
IC3D wave to Gary. We've got Avid Product Development, a local company here that does really cool stuff down here.
Where's
You got the
Sam Friends at? Where's Sam?
Ha! He's probably off doing his death race,
Say again?
causing shenanigans.
Jack used to have to get his car stressed.
Nothing wrong with a bit of shenanigans.
All right, we've got Micro Center, group from Micro Center over here. Still can't hear you. We got DLL PDF. We've got All E3D. We're live on Jerry 3D HP stream.
How you doing, buddy?
He can barely hear you. It's so loud in here. I should get a speaker. We've got Josh Alien 3D over here somewhere. I don't see his hair, so he might be wandering. Got some filament. We got the Diamondback guys. Yes, I'm working on my fingers. I know, Tanner. I'm working on it. I mean, I could pinch people's heads, you know. Diamondback nozzles.
We got Doug dropping in. Dreams Boy. Hey, Doug, what's going on?
Got filamentcolors.xyz over here. We've got Minchin Tech with their scanners. With Jackie, we've got Jumgi Resin over here. They make a lot of stuff out of China for the resin community, a lot of white labeling. We're sitting around 2,500 so far today. It's about 300-400 more. It is snowing. We've got we got Luxon WXR over here. We're on Jerry 3D HP stream live on YouTube right now, and you're in the camera. They can't hear us, and I don't know if they can hear us. I don't know. The audio's a mess.
Just chat, Jerry, if anybody's
we got
for him.
Rich from Green Gate 3D over here selling filament. He's on his own. We got the Lightburn team.
Hey, Pop 3D, how you doing?
Lots of people here.
Thank you for subscribing, guys. Jedi, I appreciate that.
You guys will see something cool. You got the Gloop team, the Andrews, and the Robot Arm way over there. And everyone's favorite Lamborghini, Laser Sterling's Lamborghini, which is getting signed by anyone who wants to sign it. I'm in there somewhere. I think I'm right there. And it's actually redoing the body. It is road ready. It is drivable. Hold on.
Nice. That's good to know.
There again.
Is this the one I've seen a couple years ago on many streams? They've been building it for quite a while.
3D
And
printing
Lambo sent them, I think.
Tell me where to go, and I'll meet you.
They can't hear me.
Got more people here. My buddy Gus is over here somewhere. Not sure where he is right now. Got Halo armor. Got insane stuff. Sorry for the blockage. There's a lot of people here. I can't see any comments, so we got a wolf here, a 3D printed wolf. We got this guy. We've got we got Bearded Bucket. We're live on Jerry's stream.
How you doing?
He says, "How you doing?" So we got a wolf. There's a wolf here. Oh, a very big wolf. This thing's massive.
That's fun.
Oh, wow.
No, you're good. I'm on Jerry's stream live.
Hello.
Catch me on the next round. We got Polymaker with their Nerf shooting gallery.
Oh, nice.
Death racers and dragsters over there. Behind here is the Maker Lounge, where there's talks. We're attempting to record them so everyone can see them after that. There's Zombie. We're live on Jerry 3D HP stream. We've got here we go.
Zombie
We're live on Jerry 3D HP stream with K2 and Pezless.
And Pez.
How you doing, Pez?
Hi, Jerry.
It's so loud. I need to get a speaker to sit behind it or something. We got Chris Retro Maker here with some gorgeous prints. Look at these things.
Oh, that's
Liz
pretty.
takes a phone call. Get away.
Wow.
No, those retro. I love that guy's stuff.
I'm on my way. All right, guys. I do have to sign off, unfortunately. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll try to stream some more if I can tomorrow.
Thank you, Justin. I really appreciate it. You have a great
No
weekend,
problem.
my friend.
Keep an eye on the Rocky Mountain Rep Fest TikTok, and we'll. Akuma's going to try to go live. There's Nero. Nero! We're live Jerry 3D HP stream.
Canuck.
Literally, like right now, looking at a Nero face. So we're going to sign off. You guys have fun. We miss you. We wish to have you here, and we'll hope to have you here next year.
Awesome.
See you
Thank
guys.
you, sir.
Thanks, Justin.
Have a great day. Very cool.
Well, that was
like
chaotic funness.
So, Dale,
to
what
be
have you been up
fair-
to, buddy? How you been? How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad. I've bumped up in the world a bit. I don't know if you know the guy on Twitter. He goes by the name Reprinted 3D. He actually was doing a nice charity thing. He commissioned to get some merch. Might I demonstrate?
Nice.
Basically, from what I understand, all the profits, which is about $5 on each, goes to the Sanjay Mortimer RepRap Foundation. The Sanjay Mortimer Foundation, who was the founder of E3D. So, it's good charity, and you can get a nice bit of merch. He's got hats, cups, so forth. Like, it's a message, really, for me. Remind the manufacturers where their focus should be.
Excellent.
But other than that, I did take a lot of advice the last time I was on your stream. So thank you for having me again.
Always
I
welcome.
asked some
Everybody's welcome.
questions. Yeah, well, I asked some questions regarding Core XY design and regarding the idlers, toothed or smooth and so forth. And I'd like to say thank you because it has made a difference. Let me introduce you to Frank, also known as Frankenspider.
Nice.
This is my own custom build. It was based with inspiration from Voron and half a dozen other projects. It's not fully calibrated yet, but I'm already achieving 350 millimeter per second on it.
Wow.
Nice. Very cool.
So not a bad for an old Troncy X5SA brought back to life as something new.
Yeah, I like it.
That could do with a recreator sticker on it.
All right.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, hold on. I could just put that on it.
There you go,
Yeah.
Captain Recreator.
I did this way back there when Josh first got this model
You're probably
made
the
for
first
him.
one.
What's the build volume on that?
320 by 320 by 380.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Take
And
care, sir. You
shockingly
have a
enough,
great day.
Yeah, and shockingly enough, it actually works with the original hotbed, even though it's only a 4 millimeter. But I've been taking advantage of some of the new features, obviously in Clipper. Obviously, they brought Camp into Clipper natively. So, being that I'm using a Voron tap, I thought, oh yes, adaptive mesh, yes sir, absolutely, made a world of difference.
Very cool. And then we got Doug that dropped in. Doug, can we talk? Let's talk to Doug real quick. Doug, what's going on, buddy? How you been?
I'm all right. I'm just procrastinating everything that I should be doing, as tends to be a common maker way.
How is the print and block printer coming along?
That's what I'm procrastinating. It's not changed overly since I was last on the stream. I added a BL touch to it, and then that ruined absolutely everything that I've been trying to do to it. It's just in the way, but I want it on there because I've just got issues with the bed being too light, so it just goes out of whack all the time.
Dale, do you have a link for that T-shirt? Pop 3D's wondering.
Yeah, I sent that over to you in private chat already, Jerry. With several links.
Let me look.
Yep. Absolutely stunning.
So I got the store link in there. And
okay, how many things am I resharing here?
Sorry, you can do the Twitter account is his account, and then you can do the store stream the first two in our private chat under the YouTube.
From the bottom up.
Yeah.
Okay.
From the bottom up, the two
of
up
them.
from the two. Yep. Sorry.
All right. Here goes one of them.
The last one is just my favorite T-shirt. It's kind of just more than any brand. I'm a maker. I like just the simplicity of that one.
Yep.
So
did any of you watch the Solval launch for the SV08?
I watched part of it, and I've seen every streamer, including Nero. Anybody that did anything on it, I've watched the content on it. It resembles a Voron, but it's not a Voron, obviously.
Yeah, but did you catch the guy's T-shirt? The one that had his eyeballs glued to his laptop on the right.
Didn't notice.
He had the knockoff catchphrase of Bruce. Obviously anybody could be a maker, only I am a Soval.
Okay.
I was like, oh, that's a bit cheap.
They got a few bugs to work out, but it looks like a decent machine. But it's not a Voron, and they can't call it a Voron. It resembles a Voron. It's based off of Voron.
They took inspiration from it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
similar.
it's the same thing I did. I took inspiration for the kinematics, obviously, from the Voron set. That's why I'm using.
Just seen a Rocky Mountain Rep. It's not a Lamborghini, but it resembles a Lamborghini. It's a Corvette with a Lamborghini style body on it. And then Lamborghini actually gave them some parts that are officially licensed to them to put on it. So it resembles it. Yeah.
But I saw a couple of things on it. The issues that they have. So hopefully they'll get them all ironed out.
It only seemed like there was maybe one issue that I saw somebody complain about that was like, enough to complain about. But other than
the
that,
bearing on the rollers, Nero was talking about how the pin was too short. Underneath, the flashing was awful close to the wires. He said they should have put a grommet. And rather than a grommet, just have a bigger opening. Just cut a little bit bigger. That way there's no chance of a zip tie breaking on the wires and it rubs up against it. And over time, there might be friction. But it didn't appear to be that close.
It's so...
and the
spring was that thin that it was only a single thread for the spool holder, and the spool holder was only able to be mounted in a single place. The Start G code didn't actually make use of everything that was there.
It's so hard to hit everything that everybody wants. Like even it's again like Bamboo came out and changed the entire. I said the other day the multiverse, and people are still like, but I want this. It's like, can we just be happy with something?
It's like the Orange Giga. Why do you have springs underneath the bed on the Orange Giga? It's a cool printer that you'll use once every 6 months, maybe. If you have a failure on a big print, that just became very expensive. So
my biggest printer currently is a platform for LDO, waiting for a new motherboard. So like that's the thing, is that if you're not planning on printing I'm looking forward to Uncle Jesse. If you ever can get him in here, that would be awesome.
Okay. Here's the story on that. Ever since I've been doing it since like 2017, I've tried to interview him on a one-on-one, which I used to do with a lot of makers.
He's hard.
He said he would, but it never happened. Even publicly, I asked him, he goes, "Sure, man, let's do it."
He's all
and
over
it never happened. And then one time in the first live stream, I said hi to him in chat. The first time he live streamed by himself, he recognized my name in chat. He goes, "Oh man, yeah, I know. We're gonna get together. We just haven't done it yet." And I don't know.
It's just
Joe Telling's been on. I've had a lot of great makers on, but Uncle Jesse, I can never pin down. Now, personally, I don't think he would want to come in this type of forum because when you're live with a lot of people, you don't want to get put on the spot and have somebody say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing that might reflect negatively on you. So it would have to be a one-on-one setting where it's a controlled environment. That way it's like pre-taped or whatever. That way nobody can stick you.
Yep. No, I mean,
I should have worn my other shirt.
Well, no, it's just some people like I got one person, Ace Gamer, Doug knows him, and he came to the show, and I took selfies with him, and he's please don't post my picture. It's like, that's cool. He's got a persona, he's got a character, and that's what he wants to represent, and so that's cool. Yeah. But yeah, like I feel you. I think he'd come on the show. He seems like a pretty cool guy. But I know when I tried to track him down at Earth, he was just like, woo, like the excitement of just being there and being around everybody. I get it. Like, it's hard to talk to everybody who's just excited. And they're excited. You're excited. So yeah, it could be a lot.
I got a very loud personality. I talk very loud. My wife said I got a hearing problem, but I'm very loud. I can be very over the top when I want to be.
I can just be great at going to one of the shows, Jerry. You should totally check out one of the shows sometimes.
Yeah, Rocky Mountain is close to me. I just haven't came up with the funds to go. And my wife watching the dogs and me taking off for 3 days and just all the extra expense. I just haven't done it. But yeah, it's really close.
It's Doug can attest, and like anything
I'd want to go there specifically just to meet people.
Dale, where did you go last year?
TCT 360. It's more in the big industrial side of additive manufacturing, but Prusa was there. Who was there? Fadus was there.
Still good,
Half a dozen
good people,
others.
you know, like it.
Oh yeah,
That was so
met
like
some good ones.
That's more like you said. It's more an industrial convention, and so that's where some of even the rep wraps have changed over the years. I didn't really even care about rep wraps until the community kind of pushed me into
Well,
it.
to be fair, that type of I went to that one because the stuff that's up in the big boy toys, you know, as per se, it will eventually trickle down to us. Okay.
Yeah, sure. It's like fashion.
The guys
right?
that are sitting there doing nylon, carbon fiber, you know, I mean, I don't think all of us are going to be doing like this one guy. On the day, they were releasing a brand new printer that was able to print stainless steel. You know, I was like, you what? Okay, I got to see this. You know, but you know, things like that. We probably won't see that in a home environment. Yeah, but all of the resin printing. There was one guy. In fact, do I still have it? Yes, I do. Hold on. Yeah, here we go. Little thing from CDG. This is resin printed. It's fully functional. It was print in place, and they did it by two materials, the resin and a wax. So that the concept is that when your print was done, you drop it in hot water, it melts the wax out, obviously, and there you go. You got a functional print.
An adjustable wrench that I would call a crescent wrench in America. Crescent is a brand, and anything like that I call a crescent wrench. Just like Vice Grip or Channel Locks. It's a brand name, but an adjustable bent angle. I call everything Channel Locks.
It's a happy adjustable spanner.
I call it a monkey wrench, but anyway.
Happy adjustable spanner.
That's it. But it was a neat technology to see that. I mean, I saw
Take care,
another
Montana.
company.
Make care. Have a great day. Thank you very much. I appreciate the donation. Very cool of you. Good guys. I randomly interrupt people all the time. That's just how I work.
No, it's fine. You're the host. You're the host. We're just the guests. It's all good.
That's so good. Like me and Doug have been talking, Jerry, and just you know, again, I think a couple of people have mentioned just your mentorship. Thank you for your mentorship,
Christopher. If you're watching, thank you very much for the $10 on PayPal. I really appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
You know, and just
like PayPal
getting a donation real quick, that helps you get your filament, and just like anything else, you're making another project that could potentially get you a sponsor down the road that says, hey, we really love that project. Here's a bunch of filament to give out to your audience, and it's nice to spiderweb.
Look at all the little animations he's got going there.
You know, so like for me now, Jerry, is that more of like a Twitch thing than it is? Because I know I don't got that on YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's Twitch right there. I wasn't paying attention. On Twitch, there's lots of bits and things you can do, and people can play weird sounds. Stephen Poole just cheered 50 bits.
But now again, with that overlay, that is both Twitch as well as YouTube, but it's combined through StreamYard, correct?
Yeah, everything. Yeah, because I'm streaming on both platforms. You can see it in StreamYard. If I was specifically streaming on Twitch, I would have more things set up in Twitch, and I'd be focusing just on my Twitch, which I have on a separate screen. I've got that open on a second screen. I used to have YouTube open on my third monitor. I don't do that anymore because I can see everything here in StreamYard. It merges them together.
Nice.
Is that something hooked into, say, OBS or Stream Elements, whichever thing that you may be using?
Yeah, I got OBS in the background, and I got Stream Elements, and I got this thing here where streaming is dropping. If you go on Twitch right now and you go, what is it? ! Drop, like I'm doing now, it'll drop a little dude there.
Looks like one of those old water toys, you know, the puzzles, like the ring toss thing.
Twitch is a lot of fun. They had a TwitchCon here in Vegas last year, and I didn't go because I haven't been on Twitch that long. I only stream once a week on my live stream. I'm not real big into Twitch, but if I was a YouTube convention, I would definitely go because I have over 400 videos on YouTube. My channel only has a little over 6,000 subscribers, which is little. In my opinion, it should have like 50,000 subscribers. it don't, whatever. I keep making content. It is what it is. People have to subscribe, which is free to do so, and someday I'll grow. So I just keep making content, and
Jerry,
that's kind of what I've been doing.
You got control of my mic a little, Jerry? I think
I can control your mic. Hold on.
Normally, I'm too loud for people.
I have your mic. It was turned all the way up. So
all right, I've turned mine up a little, so maybe that has helped. If anybody can let me know, but I'll try otherwise.
Oh, you're doing good.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That's all good. Perfect volume.
Yeah, that's a Twitch thing right there.
Yeah, it's just crazy, like how much you can set up. So now you got your template for the background, right? That's part of streaming.
I had
right?
automatic. Normally, when people would join that are creators on Twitch, it would automatically do a shout out and plug their channel. I don't have that set up correctly. They came out with a new version. It's a lot of time and hours getting everything set up and worked and overlays in YouTube. And like for instance, here's something I can do right here, guys. I did this a long time ago. Let's see, where's the button at? Like, see, I got that alien.
Yeah.
I downloaded that off of YouTube a long time ago. He should be making noise, but I can't hear him. And here's an alien ship. And I just put that in OBS.
That's like a cross between a Klingon battle cruiser and something.
Yeah. But I don't have my sounds working right. I got an Elgato mic, Stream Deck, and I got some of the software not working properly. I just don't take the time. Every week I say I'm going to fix this and that, and then the stream's over. I work on other projects. Next thing you know, here comes next week, and we're going live, and I'm telling you the same thing all over again. I procrastinate. I'm not getting all the stuff done.
I don't know, Jerry. Sometimes I'm like, the stream's already here again.
When Fallout came out the other day, what do you think I was doing on Prime? I watched all 8 episodes in a row. I got tired. I had to go to bed. I woke up, grabbed the monster out of the fridge, and I watched the rest of them. Fallout was really good.
A monster for
No
breakfast.
spoilers, please.
Monster energy drink. I drink an orange one every morning for breakfast.
Orange one.
There you
Which
go.
one's the orange one?
Well, it's kind of either an orange can or a silver can. It tastes like orange.
Oh, is it Monster Zero?
Now let me get one. I'll show you. Keep chatting.
Just derail everything.
Everything's derailed.
Yeah. Here's the
Going
profession
off
making
the
money
rails
with
on the
rest.
crazy train.
Somebody just followed him. Dog treats. Dad, give me treats.
That's the one.
He's not wrong.
Yeah,
though.
I finally
The
started
fascination is
doing
real.
my little YouTube thing, but I'm not really pushing it. People will find it through the hashtags if they're interested. Oh, yeah. I know that one.
Monster Zero. It's a.
Yeah,
It's
they're
a
really
nice-
good.
Yeah, they got a bunch of different flavors of that.
One time I drank a second one on a day in the evening. It's like, wow, I didn't feel too plenty. I felt plenty after it.
Why is my heart palpitating?
That's the caffeine. That's why going back probably 30 years now, I was an overnight stalker for Walmart in upstate New York, and they had this energy drink that one of the assistant managers introduced me to called KMX. It's ginseng and guarana. There's no caffeine in it, and it was definitely one of those pick you ups, but it doesn't have the sharp drop off like caffeine does. It literally tapers out. And it was funny because I was drinking so much of it, I was getting a lot done. And the store manager that one morning said, "Hey, why don't you come to the morning meeting?" I said, "Oh, it might be fun before I leave." And he introduced me. He said, "Yeah, this is Dale. This is one of our overnight stalkers. He runs around this store like a rat on acid."
A rat on acid.
Yeah.
That's a good description.
I thought,
Yeah, I drink decaf. I used to drink caffeinated coffee pot a day working construction, but to tell you the truth, it never woke me up. Energy drinks will give me a perk, or a Mountain Dew does a good job too. Drink a green Mountain Dew. So
yeah, most of the caffeine, I learned that one just from drinking regular, like Coke and various other caffeinated drinks. You end up building a tolerance, where it's like anything, your body starts getting used to it. So that one pot might take 2 pots to get the same as a single cup for everybody else.
I had a girlfriend years ago that drank like a 12-pack a day after work every day. She drank and drank and drank. She never appeared to be drunk ever, but I bet you she'd blow. obviously she'd blow dirty if she got pulled over.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have been
Yeah.
safe to drive, but she never appeared to be drunk. So I think people kind of get immune to it when they do something too much.
Yeah, high
That double
functioning
espresso turns
alcoholism.
into an octuple espresso.
Yeah. Well, I took like a double quad, obviously, when I was going from New York to Florida to see my family. And I was like, yeah, that just about woke me up.
So that's 8 shots right there.
That was
Yeah. And
me coming
they're
back
like,
from.
you sure?
That was me coming back from Earth. Oh my god.
Oh, that's
I don't
nice.
think I came down for like
What I was
12
saying
hours after
earlier,
home.
you see that mark right down through its head? That's where
Yeah.
my machine screwed up. The brand new machine, I haven't used it but a few times, and for some reason the gantry on the left was backing up. The gantry on the right didn't move. It dug into it. I was able to fix it later, and I redid the whole print. But yeah, sucks. It's 2 pieces of what I
Panic
put together. So, but it's one of a kind. There's no other one in the world exactly like this now.
Nice.
So I'm working on a video for it right now.
There you go. Yeah, I just finished doing one that I've been in the making for ages because there's, I don't know, I'm sure by now you've seen Luban, the Make It Big thing.
Yep, that's
What's Blue Band?
That's Jerry's done
It's
the.
a software. Yeah, it's basically a software that lets you, like that. There you go.
Jerry used that for the alien.
Yep, absolutely love it because I finally did my life-size Jack Skellington, and he's proudly displayed in our living room.
So
nice,
Blue Band,
nice.
Jamie's around. Usually she is at Rocky Mountain and she is representing Blue Band this weekend. So, Jerry, thank you for helping Jamie get those videos that you submitted to her for Lou Band.
Yeah, she only wanted like a 10 or 20 second video, no audio. So I taped a couple things, I threw it in DaVinci, I cut it up.
They're just doing a montage, you know?
And then I just posted who sponsored it, which everybody sponsored. Polymaker for the filament, Gloop for the glue, Blue Band for the software, which I'd already had it. But since I don't use it much, I need to plug the person that it came from. And it's kind of like I had a Facebook group for a very long time on Facebook, and at one point, making content, you contact different companies you're interested in, like my software for my resin printers. At one point, Cheetah Box gave me the pro version, which eventually expired, and they renewed it multiple times. Whoever was giving it to me with the company moved on. Now I'm back using the basic version, so I can't plug it in my resin videos no more because they won't respond to my emails. So sometimes people give you things for free, then sometimes they don't, and whatever.
Yeah. One of the things I found with that is that it seems that representatives over around Shinzing and that they turn over very quickly.
Yeah. Or somebody that might have had this name a year ago might be called somebody new is using the same name on Facebook or on socials, but it's a different person. They just take over the account and they keep running with it. So you try to strike up a conversation you had about something in the past, you're like, huh? That's because it's
I just had that already. In fact, the guy that I've been dealing with one particular brand, he says, as of the 20th, he was leaving the company. And a couple of days ago, he says, it's been great. Here's my personal email if you want to keep in touch, because it's been great having a chat with you. But I'm turning over this account, obviously, to the company today. I'm like, well, I wished him well. Because he worked his backside off, and he just wasn't making ends meet.
Though, right? Like when you go from having a personal rep like that, where you're like, I'm pretty sure this is a personal rep that I've been conversing with, and then all of a sudden you're like, you sound different. Is this still Dale?
I had a company one time send me a bunch of pictures of a secret project they were working on. They were going to be coming out with the following year by mistake, and of course I'm not going to share them. If you say don't, I won't, and I'm honorable, and I don't talk or discuss things I'm told not to mention. But then that person, I don't know what, they got fired or what, the next guy comes along and please don't, and he was just like begging me, whatever you do, don't share those. I won't. If you say don't, I won't. It's simple. I'll delete them like I said I will. I'm honorable. If me and Josh have a private conversation about somebody, I will never repeat it because I said I won't. I don't go behind people's backs and manipulate. I'm not a little kid. I'll be 60 in June. I don't play that. So
That's just like with Fulvio with his models that he does on Colts 3D. He was showing me behind the scenes. He says, just delete these when you're done having a look.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm working on. So I actually knew what his next thing that he was going to release before everybody else. I was like, that was special.
Yeah. And I've done so many models from Sanix and other companies, and I've done hundreds and hundreds of resin prints, probably a lot more in FDM, and I'm just kind of burnt out on statue models and things like that. I'm slowly getting more into woodworking and fiber lasers and my diode lasers, and I'm trying to kind of push away from FDM printing as much as I used to. I'm still going to be doing, obviously, but I want to concentrate on other things, because if you look on YouTube what videos actually get hits and people subscribe, what they're interested in, anyway, I have just other things that I want to pursue also.
What are they, Jerry? You sounds like you don't want to share them.
No, just in the more woodworking. I need to do more stuff with my fiber laser and my diode laser and things like that.
So
I noticed laser engraving, it has come up. Obviously, with Creality releasing their new Falcons, obviously that's been getting a lot of attention. So I've been watching it. I mean, myself, I've got a homebrew. I mean, up until recently, I had like 4 printers in here. I've got it down to Frank, obviously, and my Prusa. And I had an Ender 5 Pro that I had stuck an Ortur laser engraver on it, and with the MKS DLC 32 GRBL controller, and it worked great. It worked great, and you just swap it out as a tool head using the Minimus fan shroud as a mounting point. Oh, Ripley. There you go.
Yeah, that's all resin printed in the power loader.
Nice.
I got this from Wicked 3D. I got more work to do on it. But I went to Lowe's. Actually, I ordered the paint off Amazon. It's cat tractor paint to get the right color. And then I resin printed out all the hydraulic lines. But then I went and bought some tubing for a fish tank. It's black tubing. I need to glue it all on. But with most of my projects, I start something and then I move on to something else and I never finish them.
I don't know, Jerry. I think we need like one of those arms like in the middle of your shot right now, because you went to the extreme of making it big.
Yeah.
Well, there's actually, one to make life size.
Your wife would probably divorce you after that.
I wish, right?
You need one of those arms, life size, to take on the alien.
Yes,
that's it.
Then I got a Queen Alien up there on the shelf, but I'm not going to bring it over. You can see it right there.
Yeah. You got it.
And then my big alien was based on this one. This is resin printed, except for the green things coming out the back. Those are FDM, but here's a small resin print.
Yeah.
But I just took the different
parts. One of the few things I haven't done. Mainly because of the small room.
It's so crazy. Again, everybody's always like, "What kind of toys you got back there?" I'm a big kid. I turned 42, and sometimes I'm like, "Why am I in the toy aisle?"
I told you, man. Like the universe and everything.
Creepy guy in the toy aisle right now, and the adults are
Halloween
like,
and Christmas. My wife hates to go with me to Walmart. I used to go to Kmart and Walmart around the holiday time. I honestly, being my age, I'll go down the aisle and I'll hit every single button and I make everything go off at once. And she just turns around and walks away like, I don't know him.
So it's you.
It's a lot more fun when you're the overnight stalker and they just brought in the pallet load of Tickle Me Elmos with the try buttons.
Yeah. And bubble paper, popping in or putting on the floor and jumping on it and popping them. Yeah, I like to do stuff like that.
The tote of screaming
chickens. If I ever going to grow up, I can act my age when I need to act my age, and the rest of the time I don't. So it depends on circumstances.
Everything up to 40 is just rehearsal.
Good to know. Thank you.
Jerry, I'll send you something in private chat just towards our conversation about toys with zip tie guy, 3D zip guy.
And now on live streams, if you show anything to do with pew-pews, even if they're alien related, like from the Alien movie, your video or live stream will instantly be shut down by YouTube. You can share them in videos,
of that guy.
You can't share them in live streams. Because I've known a few people, including Nero, that showed something he had, an alien from Fallout or something. He showed this big, long pew-pew, and Jerry, I guess the stream got taken down.
Without getting into all the trigger words and stuff. Like, what is this all about? Like, did YouTube go bananas with like props and stuff?
I don't know what it is going on. Oh, cool. You want me to share this? And
yeah. So zip, 3D zip guy. I think y'all would like that.
yeah, I've heard about. I don't know if it's the same person, but I've seen these before.
Copy image.
Here, chat. I'll
address.
share this out on both platforms.
I just sent you a. Did I just send you another one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that no? Don't send that. I don't know. That's
You
not
don't
what
know?
I'm trying to send you. I don't know. Hold on. Let me double check that. Don't send that last one.
That's Rocky Mountain Rep Wrap, the same thing.
Yeah,
It's a
you can
picture.
send that one. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
So that's gonna got the zip tie guy. We got
Nothing
3D.
in the description said Pornhub, so.
All right, good. So the 3D zip guy we got presented there in a full soda bottle material. So we got Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Sprite, Fanta plastic bottles, all within a 2 feet figure. So it's just cool to think that, I don't know, me growing up, I would have had to bug my dad. Dad, give me money. Let me go get an action figure, you know? And now you can just 3D print the parts individually and put them together with zip ties.
Yep.
And
When I was a little kid, we had G.I. Joes that were real tall, and they had fur on
I
their
remember
head
that.
and had a beard. And then when my son
Yep.
was little, they were about this big. They shrunk them down. But I used to have
Yeah.
the really big, tall ones. You could change
Yep,
your
I
clothes,
remember
put
those.
on plastic boots.
and so
Yeah.
the website, at their website, they go into an array, a plethora, as I've
My
been
internet's
saying all
going to drop,
weekend.
guys. My internet's going to drop in a minute, and I'll be back. Can you hear me?
Here it is.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
You've gone.
My internet's going to drop. It'll probably take 10 minutes to come back. If I drop off, I hope it doesn't drop.
All right, well, we welcome you
dear.
back. We'll man the station while
Uh-oh.
you're
We got
away.
one bar and then video just blinks, so hopefully don't go down. Oh, I'm still here.
All right, guys, it's up to us. What are we
Yep.
talking about?
Yeah, that's it.
Are we talking about potatoes again?
Am I already on?
No, you're
Mostly.
still trickling,
Okay.
Jerry.
It's still doing good. All right.
You're still all right. You're here.
All right.
You
You're
sound-
just frozen
I've
in
been having a lot of
time.
trouble with my internet for the last couple of weeks. I got Cox Cable. They've been $30.
Oh, there he went.
Yep, he gone.
He gone. He
Well, that was Jerry,
gone.
folks.
Yeah. Speaking of
So
your
you got
little well, that thing that I won for the new Dragon New
the
Year.
Orbiter, yeah, dude. The Orbiters are nice, right?
Nice.
Did you
Yeah.
install it
I'm
yet?
trying to think of what I'm going to do on it yet. I have been thinking about putting it on Frank because it's actually lighter than the Stealth Burner. And I found on GitHub, there's a guy that actually made a mount and a part cooling attachment for that to fit on a Voron tap.
Now that's pretty light, right?
Yes, it is. I
Dog.
actually did an unboxing video on my YouTube channel for people to see what's in it and so forth. I'm like, it's really impressive. You know, as you do, you throw it on a scale,
Sure.
you know, for
Do
the
you
gram
have-
counters.
Do you have a spare a spare extruder point on your main board in Frank?
I do, because I'm
So we'll change it.
currently, well, I was going to say, because I can just run a wire up if I have to, because the Stealth Burner is running on a big Tree Tech at EBB 2209 CAN bus.
Okay.
Nice.
So you
You know,
could
so
change it.
obviously I've got loads of steppers down there.
Why choose? Have both.
Yeah, well,
Best of both worlds.
if I could make a justification on how to get like the hermit crab or something similar, where you could just say, I
Wham
think
bam.
I'll just change the head today.
The mutant head.
Oh, the
Wham Bam
mutant.
puts out a mutant head. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Beautiful.
I would love a mutant.
Treat
I've got
yourself.
no
It's
use
pretty.
case.
It's not super expensive.
Wow. Well, right now everything's super expensive
Sure.
because
I feel
I
you.
just got married on the 8th.
Yeah,
Oh.
congratulations.
Sorry for the
Thank you.
inconvenience.
But yeah, actually, you know, as far as when you're talking about a multi-headed unit, where if at least you're saying like, okay, I can go 1, 2, and then a month goes by, you can say, cool, I can get that secondary head because you can buy a 3
Oh.
kit I think the
Well,
three
to be
kit's
fair,
relatively.
have you seen the guy that made basically there was two people actually. One of them had a mini stealth burner and then the full size stealth burner, and it had literally like 5 heads across the front, and it
Zombie
would just
hedgehog.
pick them up like a tool change.
That's the
Zombie
he's
hedgehog.
pushing that crazy right now. That's
That
at
is
Rocky
just
Mountain.
insane.
And
I want it. I've got no use case.
Yep.
that
I know what else. I know what else you want, Doug. I know exactly what you need. You need that nice bed that obviously pulls back and pulls your print off, so you don't have to get a belt.
Okay, so I'm not holding him to it, but there is a theory that a Baby Belt Pro may be at Smurf 24.
That would,
I'm not holding him accountable.
I ain't gonna
If it survives shipping.
I ain't gonna like make you feel like it's gonna happen or anything, but I have been giving Rob a little advice, and he totally went down a whole other rabbit hole. But like as far as shipping, to make things easier, so I know that he has been very diligent about getting things nice and organized for shipping, and that is half our battle when we're talking about like shipping things from each other to again. It's nice that we're in the same room right now, but as far as I'm concerned, y'all over across the pond, and it costs so much money to send anything over there. And not just that, it's just like, do I say that I'm sending you a $300 product, but then based off of how people like to receive things, I'm sorry, that unit's only $3. So that you don't have to deal with all your like hoops and loops to get stuff out of your customs. But unfortunately, if I was to be nice like that, I'm like waiving my right as a business to have that insurance. So if that unit gets lost, and I've been, it sucks to be in sales to send units across from the United States to Europe, just amongst that, where it's just like if I declare under just to get that to you, that's one of Nero's complaints. Is now it's just like as a content provider and someone who's making stuff.
Hey, he's back.
You might be getting a free unit.
Welcome back, big man.
Thanks.
And like Jerry was saying earlier, you've got a free unit, but you now have to work for that unit. And if you're getting a USA product over in Europe, part of working for it is now paying the extra like $300-$400 it might take to take.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got 3D printing professor in the back room. I just came back.
Oh.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Hello.
My internet went down. It's happened 3 times during the stream, but now I'm back and I've seen you, and here you are.
Hey, well, I'm glad to be here.
Hello.
How you been?
Busy. Been running the Cthulhu and Friends Kickstarter. I've been having to do a ton of modeling for it. But that's me complaining about doing what I love. So I'm not really complaining.
When you wear the red hair, kind of looks like Ronald McDonald. The red hair kind of looks like Ronald McDonald. Do you know that?
Red hair. Oh, yeah. No, that's Bob Ross. I took a Bob Ross picture.
Oh, okay.
on my thumbnails for the live stream, I use Bob Ross.
Very cool.
Did you get the big fan brush?
Yes. Well, my fan brush is in Blender, so I'm not quite sure how that translates. But
oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. No, it was when I first started, I thought I've got an okay voice, and if I quieted down, I could be very Bob Ross in my presentation. And then I just don't ever quiet down. Like that is just not my speed, man.
A few years ago, you used to live stream. I think it was from a lab at work, right? If I remember correctly, wasn't that you?
Have I ever live streamed from work? I don't know if I ever have.
I think you tried.
I've probably done it once or twice, but the boss was probably like, Joe.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a off-topic one. Has anybody played with the ARE to 3D new AFP plate?
I'm not familiar with it.
Basically, it's a build plate that it's flexible spring steel like most of them that there are, but they're claiming that they can get beautiful adhesion for PLA, PETG, right on up to ABS with drastically lower temperatures than you would normally use. So you can actually do PET-G at, say, 30 to 40 C.
Not sure. I normally put nanopolymer adhesive on everything to make sure I don't have a failure. No matter what it is, I automatically brush on nanopolymer on everything, and then I print.
So whose build plate was this one?
Aorita, AORITA 3D. They're out of China. I've been speaking with one of their reps. They're known for doing resin materials like FEP film and such.
I don't know if I have been using that brand, but Vishal from Josh, remind me, Sliceworks.
Yeah,
sent me a build plate.
They have that. It looks a spit, and I actually saw it the day after I was speaking with the rep about these build plates, because I was introduced to this person by one of the reps from GrapKit, and they said, "Hey, can you help one of my friends set up, their channel and so forth?" So yeah, okay. And I got to watching what she was posting. I'm like, that's very interesting. You're doing PLA at like 30C. You're doing PET-G with a 40C bed, and it's holding. Yeah. So I got to inquiring, and sure enough, it looked. I started noticing like Sliceworks just did one that is an exact look of it. It's almost like the same photo.
Okay, so it's possible that Sliceworks has made himself a distributor for them, but I don't know the brand. Here's my take. I have used a plate. My first time using it was using it for ABS because I was printing with ABS at the time. I don't know. My past couple of videos have been talking about the excitement of making ABS work and smoothing it out, but it does not let go of ABS very well, and it's kind of counterintuitive. Yes, it sticks at a lower temperature, but it releases at a higher temperature. So in order to get it to release, you have to increase the temperature to the point where it's hard to handle. Like on your hands, it's like as you're trying to bend it and flex it.
Hot potatoes.
That's
yes,
interesting.
exactly. So if you don't mind, using a hot plate or a hot pad holder to flex your plate, it literally would not release of my with my 3D prints until and I don't hate it. It's fine. It does what it says on the tin. Just it's got that one little downside to it.
Yeah, which
I got this off of AliExpress for my bamboo off AliExpress. And when I first got it, when I first got it and I pulled off the film off of it, I don't know if it was static electricity or what, but I swear to God, it looked like lightning bolts running all over it from my light shining down on it. And when I looked away, I was seeing it in front of my eyes in the air. Like,
burned your retinas, huh?
Yeah, it was really weird. It hasn't happened since, but the first time it did. But it works really nice. So,
I saw somebody recently take a textured build plate, put it in a laser, and engrave their logo on the textured build plate so that their logo would be on the bottom of all the prints. And I was like,
yeah, I think I saw that one.
Do that.
I have a fiber laser that can do that, but I have never tried. But I do have a fiber laser with 3 lenses.
They were doing it with just one of the regular diode lasers.
Okay,
yeah, like probably a laser pecker.
Okay.
I gotta say, I don't know if you guys watched my video about the lasers that I was checking out, but what is with laser pecker, longer, and whiz maker? Like the 14-year-old in me is super amused, but why are they naming them all?
It's the same reason that in fact I'll sum it up. That is called clever promotion. And the best other example I can give you comes from the communications industry. Rockwell, the maker of communication chips in the early days for the 56K modems, somebody decided it was a great idea to promote the software behind it as well. Say, yeah, you can get your rock soft. Yeah, right. Well done, mate. You've
You've obviously, I'm sure, seen the Rockwell Automation skit that they did a long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Oh, it's a just cavalcade of technobabble. Hold on for a second. And he delivers it with such retro encabulator is what you want to look for, but he delivers it with such deadpan. It's just he does such a good job with it. Hold on one second. I'm looking it up. Here we go. Here at Rockwell Automation World Headquarters, research has been proceeding to develop a line of automation products that establishes new standards for quality, technological leadership, and operating excellence. With customer service as our primary focus, work has been proceeding on the crudely conceived idea of an instrument that would not only provide inverse reactive current for use in unilateral phase detractors, but would also be capable of automatically synchronizing cardinal grammometers. Such an instrument, comprised of Dodge gears and bearings, Reliance electronic motors, Allen Bradley controls, and all monitored by Rockwell software, is Rockwell Automation's retro encabulator. Now, basically, the only new principle involved is that instead of power being generated by the relative motion of conductors and fluxes, it is produced by the modal interaction of magneto-reluctance and capacitive detractance. The original machine had a base plate of prefabulated amylite surmounted by a malleable logarithmic casing in such a way that the two spurring bearings were in a direct line with the parametric fan. Oh, man, I fall apart there, but
yeah, he does have a great radio voice.
I know. Everybody tells me that, especially when I'm reading something.
I think I just had a Bilbo moment.
What did I just walk back into?
You need to look up retro encabulator, and you will and watch the old one. There's a new one, and there's the older one, and the older one is just the new one takes a
no. I didn't understand anything. I was just listening.
No, there's nothing to understand. It's all technobabble gobbledygook.
Yeah.
I think you could actually deliver Bilbo's 111th birthday speech with finesse.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, I love the way they did it in the movie where he was just sloshed.
Yeah.
Like that was the way to do it.
Does anybody ever watch Amazing Race? Amazing Race?
No,
I don't know Amazing Race. I know Relative Race, but
it's like Survivor but better. Amazing Race. People have to compete and go around the world to different countries doing different things from that country. Well, the episode a couple days ago, this guy's riding a bicycle. They got to recycle bottles, clear plastic bottles. In some country they're in, you ride a bicycle and you put them in a shredder, and by you pedaling, it turns gears that crushes the bottle. But when they get to the cap, of course, they got to back up the pedals and go forward because the cap is so thick and it's hard to crush it. And this guy's riding a bike, and he goes, "Honey, it's getting harder." Right? When pedaling, and the first thing that came in my mind is, now it's time for her to say that's what she said. But of course, they didn't do that. But it would have been funny if they would have.
She's not. Listen, she never says that. You know, every time it's like that's what she said. No, it's not. Not really.
It would have been funny if somebody would have said that when he was doing it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
my warped sense of humor, whenever you say anything, my mind automatically picks things apart that you say, and I try to make a joke out of them. But anyway.
Well, you know, like I said, I'm 14 in my head, you know.
Yeah, exactly. My wife, I told her that, she goes, "You got a dirty mind. Get out of here." Anyway, okay.
I don't think any of us have aged past 14.
No, not mentally.
Where's the fun?
And I told my wife, I said, "All men think like this." She goes, "No, they don't." I said, "Yes, they do. They may not act it, but they all think that. I don't care what their persona is. All men are like that, and that's how they think."
Jerry, I've said the exact same thing, so we might be screwed.
Anyway.
Oh dear.
Professor.
Yo.
What have you've been using acetone and like not blowing yourself up?
Well, I mean, not for lack of trying. No, actually,
vapor smoothing.
There was if you want to hear a funny story about, okay, so yes, I've been using acetone to vapor smooth 3D prints, ABS 3D prints, and the results have been, if my camera will focus on it, absolutely spectacular. I absolutely love the results. No layer lines whatsoever. It looks like an injection molded part. Go to 3D Printing Professor on YouTube and check out the videos on it, because I've been also playing with Polysmooth. This is ABS. No, this is ABS. But I mean, look at that finish. But the funny thing is, I cut out a part of that video where I was telling a story, because I realized that I was modeling replicatable behavior, and that I should not do that. So one time, years ago, because I used to ABS or smooth ABS all the time, because we were printing with ABS all the time. That used to be the material of choice for everybody, and then it kind of fell out of fashion. We discovered that PLA just prints easier.
Yeah,
so,
less
but back,
toxic.
yeah, it's less toxic. It's easier to use. It just prints bigger things better. It's just better material. But for the small things that I'm doing, ABS works very well. But back when I was printing with ABS a lot and I would smooth things, I had this same pot that I had in the video. Actually, I have this pot that I would pour acetone into and heat it up to boil off all the acetone and vaporize it. And then I would have a pot full of acetone vapor. Now, acetone vapor is heavier than air. And so I recognized that this pot was full of acetone vapor. And what would happen if I decided to light it on fire? And I didn't do this. This wasn't on camera. This is just, I should do this on camera sometime. But here's the thing. What do you expect? No. See, yeah, exactly. Jerry's got the expectation. That's not what happened. Only the top layer was close enough to oxygen to combust. So only the top layer burned, and it burned hot. It didn't foam. It just kind of burned down very slowly and very hot. Hot
So we're
enough
not
that
talking Hindenburg.
after watching it,
So we're not talking Hindenburg.
No, not until I was going, man, this is getting really hot, and I'm going to damage something if I keep going at this one. I better blow it out. So I leaned over the pot like an idiot, and I went, and at which point I allowed oxygen to combust with the whole thing at once, and I got the whoomp. I got the fireball. I lost some eyebrows, and I'm fortunate that that's all that I lost.
So
This is
a
the
dangerous
same
question.
symptom that happens when you suddenly realize what those extra parts from the gas grill were for.
Should I put it out or should I grab my cell phone and film it? This will make great YouTube content. Nope. Let's put it out. You're like, what should I do here? Yeah.
Was there
Well,
a
on the
temptation
smoothing-
to pour the fire?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that is the way, and I say this in my video. Since acetone is heavier than oxygen, just dump your pot out to get rid of the acetone. Plus, that if you try and blow it out, you're blowing the acetone into the air where you're going to breathe it, and that stuff is not good for you. If you dump it out, it goes to the floor, it dissipates, it's safe. Did I think to pour it out while it was burning?
Yes.
I had already singed off my eyebrows at that time, but now that you mention it,
I will pay for a Patreon video for that.
well, I think that would be a good video just for the sake of having a discussion about safety, where I could go, okay, kids, don't do this, and here's why. Because one, like I said, it wasn't as impressive a whoomp as you expected, and two, blowing it out gave you the whoomp with your face over it like an idiot. So it's a good learning experience. I'm going to blow it out from a distance with a straw.
About a year ago, I did the stupidest thing ever about a year ago. I nuked a couple hot dogs, and then I stuck them on a fork. I went over to my gas grill on my stove, and I wanted to grill them around a barbecue and get them nice and charred. Well, as soon as I did it and I stuck it in the bun, of course, some of the meat is still on the fork. What do you think this dumbass did? Exactly. I stuck it in my mouth to pull off the meat and burnt my tongue, and I can't believe I did that. I know better. It's red hot. Why did I do that?
was it what 3-4 weeks ago, Jerry? I was cooking an apple pie in the oven. I needed to rotate said apple pie in the oven.
Uh-oh.
What do?
Yeah, don't go grab
reach
hot
in
pad holders.
with-
Reach.
All right. I used a spatula prior to rotate said apple pie. I don't know what in my brain said, oh yeah, just reach and turn it.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
And the tasty apple pie was adhered to my thumb. For
How
it to
old
be
are you right now? Doug, how old are you?
I am 32.
Uh-oh. That's
I've
pretty
got
young.
plenty of time to make more fantastic mistakes.
When you hit 40, you're going to be a basket case if you're making mistakes like that at 32.
We're gonna start a new film for you there. Fantastic burns and where to find them.
Well, I love the idea of
Hello. How are you doing today?
Doug
Good to see you,
shared
Vince.
a video with Professor Doug shared a video that was pretty much like the guy got a lot of responses about like, show me what is going wrong, because everybody is only showing the great moments and cutting it up and being, well, I screwed that one up, and maybe that's an outtake for afterwards, but people want to see like, wow, my eyebrows just
the fails.
Learning moment.
Yeah, definitely. But the thing is, we can do it in a safe way, by blowing it out with a straw from a distance. And if we absolutely want to illustrate the eyebrows, we could put a dummy's head over top of it or something.
Yeah, there you go.
Stick a bunch of something super matches in the head or something like that.
But yeah, sometimes
it's
we
funny
don't
you
think
mention
about
on the
siblings, right?
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned on the smoothing aspect, because I had been watching a couple of different videos on another concept of doing it, which seemed a little bit safer. So I was speaking to one of the reps from GratKit. I got them to send me one of their ultra clear resins, even though I have no resin printer. Yeah,
you do now.
But yeah, well, yes, I am the printer, because the concept is you take some of the resin, you paint it over the surface, and then you break out one of these.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is a UV beast.
Just don't
It
spray
probably
it
has
wherever it's
3
done like somebody did on YouTube. Don't spray it.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
have the air,
Don't aerosolize
Yeah, don't
it.
spray.
Yeah.
No, paintbrush. And if you do it, just literally paint, cure,
Somebody
paint, cure.
aerosoled that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
I thought,
here's I have used this technique before, and my problem, not say problem with it, but the issue that I ran into is that it is too thick, and it wicks itself into corners. So if you have any small details, I'm okay. Cthulhu and Friends is a bunch of tiny little minis and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And in order to get the individual colors on there, there's lots of, if it will like focus on the daggum thing.
And if you don't drop it,
That's fine. There's lots of sharp angles and stuff like this. And if I used the technique that you just described, all of those sharp angles would be filled in and smoothed out, and the whole thing would look like it was made out of peanut butter or something. Now, I have seen people overcome this by first hitting it with like shoe polish and then rubbing it off, so all those deep crevices get a very dark coating. You have to be careful if you have layer lines, because it'll go into the layer lines too. But dark coating those and then smoothing over it, it gives it the illusion of still having the corners even though they're smoothed out. And so that's one technique if you want to do that. But if you're working with a bigger thing and that doesn't matter, then that doesn't matter. But I'm working with very small things right now.
Yeah, fair enough.
Joe, you're modest. Did you plug your Kickstarter?
Yeah, Joe,
everybody
share
go check
private
out the-
chat. Post private chat.
Oh,
post
yeah.
Share
I
them
can
out.
get you a link.
And one thing about using resin on a print and curing it with a UV flashlight, the sun, or however you do it, be sure you clean that off with IPA, because even though you've cured it, you still need to clean it off. So it isn't all gummy and gooey. You need to clean it with alcohol.
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing to keep in mind is that when you hit it with that super high power UV light, there will be heat in the reaction.
Yes.
I don't think
Yep.
that you're going to have that much thickness to generate enough heat to melt the print, but just don't. I mean, you shouldn't be touching it anyways, but just don't touch it immediately after you cure it. Let it cure.
No,
The
you
forbidden
are
touch.
supposed to, obviously. Yes.
So what
Well-
you're saying is hold it and then expose it to the UV?
Yeah, blast it straight on.
Yeah, it isn't if you're going to have a reaction, it's when. I handle prints all the time without gloves, straight out of the resin vat. You shouldn't do that.
You really
It
should.
doesn't matter. It won't bother me. It's not going to burn like acid, but at some point in my life, it may bother me, and then I'll have a problem. So,
I
Well,
used
you
to
know,
do
gloves and
photochemistry.
glasses.
Although, you know, once your hair goes all white, like how many
Yeah.
more resin touches do you have left? Let's not worry about that, I guess.
I
Started when I was
currently have
18.
2 resin printers. The third one is broke down. I haven't resin printed in a few months, and people are like, "Why?" It's because I have hundreds and hundreds of models I've printed. I don't say anything. I just have to resin print. I've got too many hobbies. I got other things I'm trying to work on. You know, CNC fiber lasers, stuff like that.
Yeah, my job is to make stuff for people to 3D print. So,
yeah, and it is slowly being printed. Slowly.
What's being printed?
The printer block printer.
Oh yeah.
No.
Well, listen, I respect. So I don't know if you guys know what's going on here, but I made these 3D printed building blocks called Print-A-Blocks, and they just snap together and stuff like that. They're kind of a replacement for Legos, because Legos suck on 3D printers, and then Legos try to DCMA take down some of my models. But I didn't make this because of that, but it definitely motivated it. And
I doubled them up and handed them to the next person.
Yeah. Doug, but then he also, I went and added some electronics to some of them that I did. Yeah, so those are the double-sized ones.
Yeah.
I went and added some electronics, and Doug here was like, "Could you make a 3D printer?" And I'm like, "No, I couldn't." But, and he's actually run with it, and he's made something that almost looks like a 3D printer and almost prints. It's pretty dang cool.
Nice.
And it's frame and.
Why do I think I've seen this?
The motor holders.
Yep.
I had this at Smurf 23, and it's going back to Smurf 24, hopefully in a printing state.
And I mean, theoretically, it could print the printer blocks that could then eventually replace all of its parts.
Which the next parts are already there of working on. I've got the NEMA 11 blocks.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
where are you at?
I'm in the UK.
Hello,
time is it where you're
Fleetwood. Hello from Fleetwood.
Geography is my weakest subject.
Near Blackpool.
Okay. Nottingham.
I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. Joe is in Utah, correct?
I'm only about 2 hours away from you, Jerry.
All right.
I'm in Massachusetts, all the way across.
That's right.
I'm gonna have to see if I can, because I want to make Smurf this year, because I missed it last year, because I had already done the TCT 360 already. But if I do manage to make it, definitely have to meet you, shake a hand.
Dale, Doug is our Recreator 3D ambassador, so maybe you want to partner up with him and you guys can have a party.
Sounds like a plan. I just need to find out when the date is, because I haven't seen him, given official yet.
December, I believe it's the 6th and 7th, but I could be wrong.
Plenty of time to.
Did they find a venue yet?
Manchester Metropolitan University.
Sorry, what was that?
Manchester Metropolitan University, I believe in the business school. I could be wrong, but the Eventbrite page is already up.
Doug, I don't know if that's the
again.
first time I've seen your face. This might be the first time I've ever seen your face.
It is. It's also
Hey,
the first time we've spoken via voice.
This is the happiest stream.
Yes, this is how the printer block printer started on linear motors from DVD drives.
I was going to say, I recognize that little thing.
Yeah, so this is my argument of saying that the printer block printer is a tool changer, because you can swap out the hot end for that and have it be a pen plotter, which is the original genesis of the Core XY version. Which
Can you guys hear me?
Was
now we can hear you. Yeah. So
And then he's gone.
share that again, Doug. What was that? Yeah, and then he's
so that was the original top frame.
just
that's
enough internet to say, could you guys?
Yeah, gone. So the Core XY did originally start out as the Potter, as the Potter, Harry Potter, start out as the plotter with a Sharpie style pen.
Sorry, for a second there, I think Jerry took us all with him.
No, we are ourselves right now. So,
yeah.
Doug, you can keep going.
Yeah, because I'm the focus and nobody can change that. So, yes, as I was saying, the Core XY started out on there, but that was the original basis of the printer block printer all the way back in 2021, tail end of 21.
I think I did see this actually ages back there.
Might have seen it, Dale, amongst me sharing it, amongst Doug going there, because he's turned the base of his unit from an MK6.
Nice.
So right now, we joked Jerry dipped out earlier. Now this is the Josh JRT 3D channel.
Yeah, so the fun size base.
Y'all, I
love the fun size
spider web, and I'm glad that Jerry's hosting us right now. So Jerry, wherever you are, thank you.
I've somewhat cable managed my webcam, so I can't actually move the camera over there.
Oh well.
Yeah. So I liberated the fun size base because I was having issues with figuring out how to do the enclosure for the electronics based around an Ender 3 board originally, because it was just the 3 DVD drive motors.
Yeah.
Which was great. And that was my roadblock for 4 months. And now my roadblock is the bed being, as I said earlier, the bed of the printer is just too light. So I've added the keyring bit that's used for the bottle weight.
Yep. That's the job.
But it kind of does the job. And I've gone from a single Z motor, single Z stepper driver to 2 independent Z stepper drivers, so that the bed can just tram itself.
But are you doing Z tilt? Or are you doing 3 point, 4 point?
It's just two independent Z motors to just
Z tilt, same thing I did on this one. Yeah.
But the issue that I've got there is the belts being too loose. I need to print out the 102T connectors, but my printer is terrible for PETG because I don't know. I'm in a garage and there's no environmental control. We're kind of lucky at the moment that it's 13. I'm going to say 13 degrees. It's not 13 degrees Celsius outside, but hey, it's not cold enough to the point where you can see my breath, but it does get cold enough to the point where thermal runaway protection kicks in and does stop me from printing, which is fantastic.
What printer are you printing it on?
Combination of an Ender 3 with a Revo and a Kingroom KP3S because, it's Joe's fault for the KP3S because he said it's just
because it's what you have.
Well, no, it's your fault because you said it was
IKEA lac table and some cardboard. That's where I started.
Let's see. Ignore the step ladder. I don't know what my real ladder is. I've got
to be fair,
kind of enclosed area. I'm working on it.
That's what that's mine. It's just a table with some lovely tool station radiator insulation. Here's my Prusa. And I can do nylon in that.
If I'm remembering correctly, Joe, you have yours behind a shower curtain.
Yeah, well, that was an attempt that I will report now was a bit of a failure. I don't think that it actually worked for a darn thing. And the next version is probably not going to be shower curtain-y.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's back.
Hey, he's back.
Hey.
I was trying to get Doug off of full screen, but my internet was starting to drop, and I kept clicking the button.
It's all right. Dale needs the practice.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I've had, like I said, Cox work on my internet for the last couple of weeks, and I've had nothing but headaches. Then I thought they resolved it, and now today I've dropped 5 times. So I just want to thank you.
That's okay. We all really enjoyed the Doug show.
Yes, I love the Doug show. We need more Doug.
Well, if you Josh, that's one thing to remember about YouTube. Once you're online, you're logged into their service. So if you leave for any reason, it will keep running without you.
So for anybody double backing on where we were conversing earlier, I've been letting Jerry tell me all about how we run StreamYard and YouTube and Twitch and how it all joins together. So thank you, Jerry, because
whenever you want, we can do this. Whenever you want, Josh, we can do this offline, and I can share my screen. That way, you can see what I see, and I can explain things to you. But yeah, when I first started live streaming, I was very nervous. Right when I went live, I'm like, I was worried about everything being just right. I was actually very nervous.
And here you are. You've dipped out 5 times now.
Yeah.
But the show is still going, so this is awesome.
Anyway.
I've removed every excuse plausible. I now just need to go live and build wherever it's gone. The box of blocks.
My biggest excuse for not going live more often is just life scheduling. It's difficult to find the time.
It made it.
Let me share that. For anybody nervous about going live, if you don't want to be on camera, you're nervous, you don't have to show your face. Have the camera aimed at something you're doing. Talk to chat, and they can see your hands. You don't have to show your face. Oh, cool.
Hey, it's a box of printed blocks.
I did mean to ask you, did you glue that hinge in?
I have glued those. Yes, I always glue those hinges in. A little bit of super glue.
Yes. It needs re-gluing.
Well, those hinges, I mean, like printer blocks are designed to go together, but they're also designed to come apart. I've had people contact me and be like, we want to use printer block for easy assembly for our project. And I'm like, you do realize it will break apart. Like that's the way it's designed to work.
It's the rapid self-disassembly feature. I don't know why people complain.
I just pictured the replicators from Stargate when they hit the bunch of little pieces.
When the signal drops or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It's like
yeah, usually it doesn't happen, but in StreamYard, I'll see all of a sudden I'll have one bar. But like on your cell phone where it's got the little bar, I'll see it appear in the top corner of my computer, and I'll see one bar and think, oh no, it's going to drop. I know it's going to drop.
Mm-hmm. So that's good at least that you know it's coming, because I know you're all like, all right, it's coming, hold on, and then you petered out. So
yeah, it's terrible.
By the way, anyway, John, thank you for sharing the link of my channel.
Oh yeah,
we still got
that was Josh. Yeah.
28 people watching. We got 10 on Twitch, 18 on YouTube. I've been streaming for 3 hours and 12 minutes, and I think I'm going to raid because I know it's going to drop at some point. I'm going to raid in the Maker Deck. Everybody watching on Twitch, thank you for the bits. Thank you for the donations on PayPal, and thank you very much for the donation I got here on YouTube a bit ago. But I'm going to start the raid now on Twitch, and that'll be
Thanks
raiding
for having
in
us,
just
Jerry.
a second. I really appreciate everybody being here. Joe, I wish you could have come.
Josh, for bringing me in.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Everybody on Twitch, here we go. And everybody watching on YouTube, thank you. Next Saturday, same time, same bat channel, 12 p.m. Pacific, we'll be back. I stream up to 3 to 4 hours every week. And thank you, everybody here, for being here. And we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.
Thanks.